Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling on YouTube, join our cult. Hello and welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast, joined by the lovely Adam Pacitti this week.
Hey, how's it going?
Limited edition special guest, cake-flavoured Pacitti.
Thanks for having me, Maffew.
Thanks for being had. Jack the Jobber.
Hello.
Heartily endorsed by Diet Red Bull. It's his third one of the day.
It's not. It's my first one of the day.
He's lying.
I'm not.
I love you so
it's my
much.
First one of the day. And Maffew as well.
Yes.
How
Sorry,
are
Maffew,
you?
and the award-winning chemistry me and you have.
Absolutely.
Obviously. And how the hell are you, Jack?
I'm all right. I was just going to point out, actually, before we get on to anything, that you know where Ross has been? He's been putting on his Instagram and stuff.
No.
He's been to the friggin' zoo. You know he gets grief
Ooh.
for going to the zoo every time they take a week off? Me. But I've never been to it. Well, no, that's a lie. I have been to a zoo. But I haven't been to a zoo for like years. Not since before I was ever a video presenter. And
You
now
can't
Ross
just
is-
lie on camera.
I'm
yes,
not
you
lying
have.
on camera. No, I haven't.
Yeah, you have.
When?
When you come into the office, you say you've been to the zoo.
With my heart, I love the zoo. I heart the zoo. Yeah.
With your shades on to hide your bleary eyes. I've been to the zoo. If you know what I mean.
So yeah, Ross has been to the zoo. He interacted with a giraffe and some kind of like raccoon, I think. Yeah, he's been having a great time. So that's where Ross is. Yeah, I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you. I'm glad that you just told everyone how salty you are. That
I get annoyed about the zoo.
Why do you-
No,
Why
that
get
Ross goes
annoyed?
to the zoo and people go, oh, have a nice time. You go to the zoo and people go, ha ha.
Yeah,
There's worse things that people could joke about.
and they have.
We'll bring them up on the
bus boners
podcast.
and all that.
Bus
Yeah, I guess
boners,
so.
yeah,
But the
yeah.
zoo's pretty low down. I wouldn't mind people saying, "Oh, look at him, he goes to the zoo. He likes animals." That's fine.
It's all right. Yeah, but they say that I wank at the zoo and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
You try and
Well,
race with the monkeys.
And whose fault was that? Who started Jack's Got a Stiffy? Oh, it was
You
Adam
did.
Pacitti.
You
No,
did.
you
Adam
really-
Pacitti.
You on a podcast.
You
There is
mentioned it in the
footage.
reaction
There is
video,
footage
didn't
of
you?
you.
Maybe
There's
I said the
footage
hashtag.
There's footage of you going hashtag Jack's Got a Stiffy.
You give them something to latch onto, and they
There,
it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good phrasing.
Thanks for keeping that up, by the way. Still trending
Keeping it up,
worldwide.
hey,
to this
up.
day.
hey,
Hey.
erections.
Yay.
How are you, Maffew? You good?
I'm doing better than Jack.
Good.
I've had stiffies probably nowhere near a zoo. It's been a great week. And yourself?
Yeah, I'm really good. I'm a bit under the weather, but I'm good. I'm happy.
You're always under the weather.
I'm going to a university reunion tomorrow that I've organised.
Oh, you've organised
Yeah,
it?
I organised this, and it's all fallen apart. It was about 20 people.
Right.
It's now down to 6. In fairness, it was my fault because I messaged last week saying, oh, yeah, we're going to still do this. And people like more advance warning than that, and I'm just useless. But I'm getting on a train tomorrow to go down south to see 5 people.
Yeah, I mean, nice.
That's a huge gathering for a 30-year-old, mate.
Yeah, no, fair, yeah.
That's practically
it'll be
Leeds
fun.
Festival for someone like you. So well done. 5 people. That's awesome.
All 5 of my friends.
All 5 of them.
It'll be nice.
Speaking of 5,
Speaking of 5.
205 live to
Nice.
be exact.
Oh,
No, that wasn't good. He does
Jesus
these all-
Christ.
It wasn't until you said it was horrible. 205 Live to be cancelled, apparently. Newsweek spoke to Triple H when he went into depth about how 205 Live fits into WWE's overall plan. He called them an island, not a good island like the Isle of Wight, and admitted that they've been lost in limbo. Then he said that fans should expect to see it move toward the NXT banner. Do you think it'd be great if he went, because I didn't see the video if it was filmed, if he went, so what do you think about 205 Live? And Triple H went, oh, God, I've got to cancel that. Like it's a Sky TV subscription. Yeah, and it's weird because this week they had the debut of Dio Brandon, I believe the name is.
On NXT.
Yes,
replacing
replacing Nigel
Kushida on
McGuinness.
205 Live.
Yeah, they also had the debut of Kushida.
Kushida came up to 205 Live this week,
Came up
didn't
to
he?
205 Live.
Oh,
Went
right.
down.
Maybe not came
I
up, sure.
don't know.
Did work experience at 205 Live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll get that in a minute. But so, some respect, it's a shame that 205 Live probably did they ever have any good plans for it? I was gonna say
I
they
don't know
didn't
if
come
they've
to
had
fruition.
plans for
but-
it. I mean, they had amazing matches all the time. Neville did some incredible work there, and I know it was a really special brand to quite a lot of people. Actually, like it had a real sort of hardcore fan base that loved everything that it was about. I didn't watch it every week because there weren't storylines, there weren't big characters, I guess.
There were storylines.
Yeah, no, sorry, yeah, there weren't the same storylines that you'd see on Raw or SmackDown.
Right.
I guess it just wasn't enough for me, and I can see good wrestling anywhere.
Yeah.
Maybe that makes me an idiot, but like I just it wasn't for me.
Right. I mean, a cruiserweight brand would have been great 10, 15 years ago, but now that's roughly the same style you get on Raw or SmackDown. It couldn't have come at a worse time, really.
And it always felt like 205 Live was whatever good not like success in terms of ratings or popularity, but whenever it met like critical acclaim, that was always in spite of itself. It was because the wrestlers were having really good matches. But the whole, like Triple H said, it was an island. It wasn't really set up to succeed in the best way. Like, I'd come into work on like a Wednesday and Sam would go like, oh, we had Ariya Daivari versus Tony Nese, and then he talked to me about it for 20 minutes, and I'd just be like, oh.
Sam really cared. Maybe if we
Maybe
were
Sam
to watch
cared.
it more,
Maybe if we were more like
invest in
Sam, yeah.
No, I don't think it's. I don't think
No,
it's that.
I thought that's what you were saying. Oh.
It's that if we really gave it time and invested in it, we would have got into it a lot more.
Yeah.
Because Sam does get excited about it, and that's quite
Yeah,
nice,
it's a good thing.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good thing.
It's just when he starts talking about those guys, I tune out as
Because
well.
because we haven't got the context. We don't know what's been going on week to week. I'm right. I guess that it merging with NXT, or the rumor is that it's going to merge with NXT. That's probably a good thing. I think it'll help give a spotlight to certain people, or will it create an underclass in NXT of cruiserweights who don't get the rub as much as the main stars?
If the plan is to bring the belt there, which I believe it is, then I think that's great, and you'll see maybe a similar level of exposure. What I'd like to quite see is them to do the pre-show on the NXT takeovers.
Oh, okay.
Because the NXT takeover pre-show at the moment generally doesn't have a match. They'll tape a few bits for TV, but I think that's a nice place for it.
Yeah.
So the takeovers do. No, the actual pre-shows, you mean, right? I get you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So that's where I'd like to see it. I'm a bit sad about it going, just because I know people that really love it. And Sam, he's out there. I can see him now crying, kissing little eyes
He said
out.
not bring
He's
that up,
pathetic.
man. Come on.
Why is he taking his shirt off?
He's crying and eating cake. That's not a good look for anybody.
Poor Tom. Let's talk about that.
I was gonna say, I would like quickly that, like, 205 Live, they'll go over to NXT, and everyone's like, the NXT lads are like, oh, it's 205 Live. I weigh this amount. They're like, shut up, you.
This is going to be the NXT invasion that we've all been waiting for. Forget the main roster, 205 Live involved.
Oh my God! Look,
Sorry.
the camera gets really shaky. Oh, Drew Gulak choking out Nigel McGuinness with a tie. Whatever.
Oh, I'd like to see Gulak and McGuinness have a feud if McGuinness still wrestled.
Oh,
Anyway.
that's not happening.
No,
Like Bret Hart in 2010. So Tom Campbell eating cake. What was that about for the people that didn't see
Tom
it?
lost a predictions contest, and his punishment was called Cake Escape. Oh, excuse me, Cake Escape. I think that was Ross's idea.
Well, Ross used to do Crate Escape at university.
He was such
where
a bloody lad,
he's
wasn't
he's
he?
boy.
He was a lad boy.
Where you would put a crate or load of crates in front of the door, and you can't leave until you've drank all of the alcohol from the crates. And so you can't even go to the toilet.
That's
so
the
you
bit I
have to
don't-
like piss out the window.
In a bucket,
In
I
the
think.
bucket, in the mouths. And so you have to drink everything you can before you can get out of the room. And so the idea was that we hadn't really figured out exactly what it was until yesterday. At which point we went to Tesco, bought lots of cake, and like, okay, the handcuffs thing, that's good. So Tom had to release himself from the handcuffs, grab a key from up there for the door, and then he could leave. But it was hidden within.
The
one
key
of
for the
cakes.
handcuffs was in one of the cakes.
Yeah. So
So it was like Saw.
sort of apple bobbing, but
like
with
Saw.
with icing.
Yeah.
So this is Tom, who's been trying to lose weight for how long? And you force him to
there were a
eat
few
cake
times-
in a room?
He's
He
been
was all for it.
he's been succeeding in losing weight, by the way.
Until then.
Yeah, well,
We
yeah.
should point
Horrible
out that
bastards.
these punishments never go online without everyone involved okaying them.
Yeah.
So it's not like they just go on Patreon and then Tom finds out the next day, hey, if you lose, you're screwed.
Guys, do I really have to? Look, I'm not asking you again, Tom.
You nearly threw our belt in the time. So that was good. He did well. He's good on a live
Yeah, he
stream,
smashed
Tom.
it. Like
Yeah.
80 minutes he was
lovely.
out there.
And me and him are just cheap bloke are doing the Smackdown start to finish, basically ripping off the Attitude Era podcast. Thanks, lads. And
Loads of
we'll be
people
doing more
have
of
done
that.
it,
I know.
haven't they?
I figured
It's,
everyone was there should be going, so you're not friends with them anymore. So you have to say that. Or everyone thinks that
okay.
you're actually feuding for
No,
reals.
we were already doing the classic Raw review, so it's
No, Pacitti. Only one podcast could cover one group of wrestling.
Yeah, sorry.
Anyway,
Apologise.
no NXT Takeover at Royal Rumble weekend.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So in January, WWE released the travel package info, and everyone realised they're going through it like, Royal Rumble. What else? Like, there's no NXT Takeover on the Saturday night. Instead, there's a Worlds Collide event.
Oh, goody.
I hope they make it mean something. Like if it's a big tournament that means something, then fine. But last time it was just the thing that you saw on news sites, and it's like, oh, that's taken place. Let's read the spoilers and never watch it. It was just one of those, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the Luke Harper had that great match with
with
Dijakovic.
Dijakovic, yeah.
And then
It was that one.
whoop.
But it was
And then
in
he went again, didn't he?
Yeah,
Oh, poor
but it was in that
Luke was
weird-
like, hey, where's my push? And they're like, what push? He's like, well, not doing that again.
there was that weird like warehouse down by the docks in New York, wasn't it? It was like in a weird building. Looked quite good, actually. Quite like that.
That sucks, though, that we're missing NXT TakeOver in January. I guess we got the Rumble
Maybe
still.
it means the takeovers will have more of a spotlight on them because they won't be on a pay-per-view weekend. Although I like them as part of a big 4 weekend.
Oh, yeah, it's worth mentioning. The idea is to move them to clash with AEW pay-per-views.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Who'd have thunk it, eh?
Bloody hell.
You cheeky tricks.
Devious.
Yeah. I mean, it's not surprising in any way, is it?
This just in, 205 Live now happening Saturdays, roughly 9 p.m.
So, are they just going to wait for AEW to reveal their calendar? Is it just a game of who's going to reveal their calendar first?
I guess they'll know, won't they?
They'll have insider
Yeah, they'll have the...
Cody and Triple H are friends.
Yeah, I imagine he phones up and says, "Oh, we're going to do May 23rd. Does that work for you, Trips?"
So many of those locker rooms will know each other. All wrestlers are linked. Not all, but
Triple H knows Cody's number, so he rings up and rolls like 30 pizzas to his house. Oh, Tripper. Tony Khan, I've got your debit card. So, yeah, that's weird, but I guess it'll make sense. Or it won't. Oh, well. Michael Cole.
It's a nightmare. Can't they just have it on... Although I guess it's just if it's all on the same night, then it's less work for us at the weekend. That's all right.
I was thinking that. It's better for the marathon session to have
True.
take hour than
Yeah,
pay-per-view than whatever. Michael Cole to head to SmackDown. Wrestle votes. Who? Reckons
so
Michael
they're
Cole.
a semi-reliable Twitter.
They've been more
Actually,
reliable
yeah.
than not, generally.
Yeah, some sort of strange insider, shadowy figure knows stuff.
But we're crediting them, so if they're wrong, it's their fault. Reckons Michael Cole with SmackDown. Vic Joseph to Raw.
Yeah, so Michael
What
Cole,
about Phillips? It says here, an exclamation
Well,
mark.
I just really like Tom Phillips. So the point I'm
will
making
do.
is there'll be a reshuffle, and in theory, if this is true, Cole will be heading to SmackDown, presumably for the new TV deal. Vic Joseph will be moving from 205 Live, which is getting to Raw. Yeah, what about Tom Phillips, not Campbell? What about Tom Phillips?
NXT UK. Just swap.
I like Phillips.
Yeah, I like Phillips as well. I like Vic Joseph a lot.
Yeah, I like Vic Joseph, but I like Phillips more.
Do you?
Yeah, more handsome.
No.
Is Vic Joseph more handsome?
Yeah.
Oh, no, Vic Joseph's way more handsome.
Is he? I'm going to have to Google him. I can't even...
Yeah, Vic Joseph.
It's like if Sid Scala and
In
Tom
my-
Phillips went together,
in my-
there's Vic Joseph.
In my head, I'm thinking of the German commentator, Calvin Kinney. I'm thinking of him. I don't know why.
I think that's amazing you've known that.
In my head, I'm just thinking... Well, I remember some of them. Mong Ai and Sean Deng. They're the Chinese ones.
Yeah.
Because Corey's always like, Mong Ai banged a prostitute last night. Well, he doesn't say that, but he's like... No, but he like implies, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He like implies.
He's
Yeah,
a naughty
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, the
I'll
happy
go-
ending, that lad, or... whatever.
I'll Google Vic Joseph. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, he's a
Please, yeah,
really...
please Google Vic Joseph.
So...
Let's turn over phone over Vic
Michael
Joseph.
Cole you know what? I'm happy about Michael Cole going to SmackDown because that's only 2 hours of Michael Cole as opposed to 3. That's a nice thing.
Who am I?
No, come on, he's bollocks, isn't he? No, he's a great commentator, but he's overproduced.
Right,
and,
yes.
Just, he's annoying. He's
He is
annoying
just,
as hell.
for want of a better phrase, a
Ooh.
puppet for Vince McMahon.
Yeah,
Ooh,
right.
look at those piercing eyes.
Yeah, look at that.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, hot
I think
piece
I
of
think I
radio.
prefer Tom Phillips.
Spoilers, but Jack just figured his Cultaholic Hall of Fame pick this week. Any other news this week? Should we just make Bowden jokes now? Or later, or?
There was an incident at a UK Rev Pro wrestling show event.
Summer
Yeah.
Sizzler.
Yeah, was it Summer Sizzler?
Summer Sizzler. It happened like a week before, but it only really kicked off when the referee involved in this match. So it was Aussie Open versus Josh Bodum and Shah Samuels. And the finish was dodgy. The right team won. It was always meant to be Aussie Open that
Yes,
won.
they were
But
going to
the
progress to face
Yeah.
Gorillas of Destiny at the New Japan show the next day.
Just quickly interrupt because it was funny because when we did the podcast, we were like, "Oh, wouldn't it be great if Shah
Yeah.
Samuels?" Could he-" That looks great now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So the match went 5 minutes shorter than it was meant to on a show which ran over by 45 minutes anyway. But
It's
whatever,
Rev Pro, it's supposed to be.
whatever. And after the match, I guess to sort of get the heat back on the heels, the referee was grabbed and scoop slammed by Shah Samuels. Following this, Josh Bodum dragged the referee out of the ring and laid
Battered
into
him.
it. Just battered him. He was
Kneed
kneeing
him.
him in the face. And because of that, Shah Samuels has been given his final warning by Rev Pro, whereas Josh Bodum has been indefinitely suspended and quit wrestling also. He left a message on his Instagram story saying, "Bye, people," or
Yep.
something to that effect.
So
Is that what he said? Wait, hang on, I've got it here. It says it's completely different.
So this was weird. So the finish. Did you explain the finish of the match?
I don't know what it was meant to be.
So the ref, I think what happened is the ref counted 3 and Bowden forgot to get his shoulder up in time. But then they sort of thought it was the ref's fault or something.
Sure.
Just speaking as someone I knew as well, I suppose, who've had to trust wrestlers to do moves on us. Like, as a non-wrestler, I know the referee was supposed to be, he's apparently trained how to fall and stuff. But even as a non-wrestler, it is, I mean, I'd hate to think that anyone on our old WCPW roster would like take a liberty like that.
Yeah, totally.
You don't want to get beaten up.
Yeah, things like that have to be planned. At the same time, wrestling matches, things do happen on the fly.
Oh, yeah, of course. But
if you don't know that somebody's trained and able to take that bump, you shouldn't be doing it. Charles Samuels has apologised. That's worth mentioning.
He was trained, but it was just he wasn't ready for the move.
I think he had to give up wrestling training, is what I've
He had to give
read
up.
online.
He had to give up football refereeing, which is his main source of income.
No, I mean previously he gave up wrestling training to become a referee because of I think it was something to do with his shoulder.
Oh, so it's aggravated.
I
Right.
believe so.
So, like for example, they have improvised with me before. Like I slid in the ring at the wrong angle. Killian Dane was meant to throw me into the corner, but he just punched me in the face instead, and he kept it so light because he must have thought, well, he's not going to be expecting this.
Sure.
I'll keep it so light, or he's just really good at that as well. But like, and looking back in hindsight, now this has happened. I really appreciate that because. That's pretty crazy. Like, you want to get? Imagine if he just like lamped me in the face.
But isn't the argument that, of course, you're not going to lamp you? You've got a huge social media presence, and they're kind of the owners of that. So if he had lamped you,
like
you showed up with a shiner. People go, "That bastard Budge Jack."
I like to think that.
Whereas this guy's just a ref.
I like to think that Damo is also a nice man.
Yeah.
I
He would
know.
have never been signed
Well,
by WWE if he nailed Jack properly, that's for sure.
He also really likes board games, so that's nice. Oh, bless him.
Unless you lose, in which case he will lamp you.
That's a bit of news as well. A transition. The first match has been announced for the first week of NXT on TV. Dane versus Riddle in a street fight.
Yeah,
That's big.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
I'm loving seeing Killian Dane get a push.
Yeah, me
especially
too.
after the botched call up to SmackDown and what became a sanity on the main roster.
Yeah.
Pathetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really happy for him. And I hope he's happy too.
I hope everybody's happy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially you watching at home or listening.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame!
Now it's time for everyone's favourite segment, the Hall of Fame.
Oh, is it our favourite segment? It was a landslide this week. An absolute
We like
bloody
landslides.
landslide.
Hall of Fame. And sitting on the Dallas Renegades. 3%.
3%! 3%! The Dallas Renegades. Well, this has only reaffirmed my support for the team, and I want them to win the XFL
underdogs now.
Bowl. Just livid.
The 205 Live of XFL.
Yeah.
Michael Owen's helicopter advert. Very cruelly, only 14%, but I would have voted for that easily.
See, somebody left a message and it got a few likes on the Patreon page saying Michael Johnson then. Lovely man. Michael Owens should never be nominated for any Hall of Fame. Why are they saying that? Is he a bugger?
No. That man sounds like a northerner or a possible fan of MUFC, or maybe someone who had BT Sport and had to listen to him commentate.
Michael Owen's a weird one. He, as a young footballer, he was like the prodigy of England. He was like a strike. He scored against Argentina at the World Cup and everything. This amazing goal. He was like the chosen one. Left Liverpool, went to Real Madrid. He was like, the world was at his feet and everything. Then I think he had injury issues and stuff, but also came back to Newcastle, wasn't as good. I think he might have lost his pace because of injuries, and pace was his weapon. And then gradually just kind of, it seemed like he sold out, because he went to Man United a bit as well, didn't he? He came back from Real Madrid and went to Man United. And as a Liverpool player, everyone kind of realised, a bit soulless to go to Man United after you've been such a Liverpool legend, because they hate each other. He didn't seem to care, Newcastle, and then like wound down his career at Stoke doing nothing. And it seems as though like, he just came across as very, like a mercenary a bit soulless. He used to tweet things like, I've probably seen like 4 films in my life, hate films.
So he's the opposite to Pacitti on Twitter.
Yeah, he's very...
Like and retweet if you hate film.
He seems like a boring and kind of just not very interesting man who happens to be really good at football.
And wait, what did he do? He did a helicopter.
He did a helicopter.
He did a helicopter, that's
What
right,
does that
Pacitti.
mean?
Now we got the core of this.
Despite being devoid of like all charisma, he somehow got hired to be like a pundit and a commentator when he was boring as a commentator.
Right, okay.
And he did a helicopter advert, which Ross brought up last week, which is really boring.
And then it's intentionally boring.
No, it's
no.
hysterical. Mate, because he's...
I'll watch you when I get out there. I
It's him
apologise.
talking flat as a pancake. Like when my Christian returned, and it was, it's Christian. It's that like, oh, I'm in a helicopter.
Yeah.
There's a tower.
And recently, he's had to go at Alan Shearer for their time at Newcastle.
People love Shearer, right?
Up here, yeah.
Up here.
Shearer's like you in the Isle of Wight.
Exactly
Yeah.
like that.
He's like Goldberg in Atlanta.
I love that, from the area. So Shearer's really popular around these parts. I'm like, yeah.
Sure.
How long have you lived up here? And you've
I
only
don't
just
know,
figured that out?
Like 2.5 years now. Do people still like Paul the Gascoigne?
Yeah.
They like it, yeah, because I'm a big fan. I've become a big fan of Paul Gascoigne recently.
He's a troubled man.
Recently.
Yeah, no,
what have you
he's
just
a
discovered about him?
I watched the Raoul Moat documentary the other day.
I knew it was going to be. I knew it.
Absolutely insane. That.
Yeah, no,
That
and I
was
listened to his radio interview, and I didn't realize like how it was. It's sad. It is actually sad. But there is something very funny about turning up to meet a man you've never met with a bucket of
Had he
chicken
never
and a
met
fishing
him?
rod. No, he never met him.
What?
Never met the bloke.
I thought he was like a bouncer that he knew from nights out.
No,
like.
he thought he did, but he never. Met him.
Oh, yeah.
But he's well now, so.
It was like.
Raoul isn't.
It was. God. It was like when it was like that Raoul Mode story up here. It was like, well, it was everywhere in the country, but
I
it was,
imagine it was terrifying.
But especially
Everybody's like,
I
my
thought
sister's nephew knows
I
a new
thought-
Raoul Moat served him chips and all
I
this.
thought I
It was
saw him on
amazing.
the metro once. I was terrified. While he was at large, while he was on the run, it
He
wasn't
could just
him.
be any meathead thug, though.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
all
yeah.
look like that.
He was our Elvis.
He-
Oh yeah, I saw him. I saw him getting him on the number one bus
He-
and trying to claim he was like wanted to get on for half.
Raoul Moat was like that Gaza bit was like as if Raoul Moat was being talked about everywhere, and it was as if you'd like heard it so much that you dreamt a bit about it. And then you woke up like, I heard that Paul Gascoigne went and like met with him, but that was a real thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just realised this is possibly the longest bit we've ever spent
Oh,
talking
sorry.
about. Like,
sorry.
yeah. And this seems really outdated now. Even it was only a week ago. Yeah, Chris Jericho losing the AEW title.
Who'd have thunk
I'd almost
it?
forgot about
I
it.
put those online, and I was like, none of them have any chances. 83%.
I was polite. When there's like one biscuit left in a multi-pack on a plate, and you go, look, anybody else want it? And you give it a few seconds. No one
So
takes
you-
it.
you were the
I had
last to say it.
So I said this, and then you were like, oh, the Dallas Renegades. I went, all right, Jericho. Straight in. So that means we won. That's right. Don't get too excited. So I've got one. So do you want me to start while you...
Yeah.
Awesome.
I've got one as well though.
Yeah, same.
Okay. I was introduced to this by Aussie Gifts, my friend. Hello, Aussie Gifts.
Oh, I know him.
PWA, that's Pro Wrestling Australia, got written down it. Yes, it is. Had a show, I believe it was last weekend, not sure when, and they had a character come out.
Have you seen this?
It's Battle Royal. And I've never seen him before, but this guy seemed really cool. He seemed very tall, had a brown trench coat on, and he went by the name James Adultman.
You showed me this. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. The Twitter account. Yeah.
Right. And people say, I mean, it was weird because Prefect Jimmy and Prefect Billy were supposed to be there, but they weren't there. And some said that some relation to them, but that's completely ridiculous. It's obviously just a one really tall guy tweeting adult things about, hello, I'm going to get in my car and go to the job.
Going to work in the business factory today.
It's very BoJack Horseman inspired, but I didn't realise this until Aussie Gives told me. PWA were trending third in Sydney when that show was going on. Jay Adelman came on, and after that, they were trending number one in Australia.
Wow.
So, just say the power of social media. So, yeah, Jay Adelman,
Oh, I hope that wins now.
James Adelman was friends. I never met the guy. He's very tall.
Yeah.
And he must be one guy rather than two people under a code because he's on the roster now. So he's
Oh,
on a separate
right.
roster page. And they wouldn't have two separate people set entries in the roster. That's
Well,
just insane.
that's a spot for Josh Bowden. The legs, if you can just hide. No.
Josh Bottom. just the lower half.
Anyway,
What's
no,
yours,
it's one
Jack?
person. Sorry, it's one bloke. One James Allenman. Wait, does he do moves?
Yeah, he does that. Does that really well.
Mine is, it's not wrestling related. It's not going to win, but I've been really enjoying it recently. I've just been watching a new series on Netflix. Not a new series, but new to me, called Line of Duty. Have you seen Line of Duty?
No.
No one watches
I
Line
know
of
Call
Duty.
of Duty.
So Line of Duty is a police drama. I'm only in season 2. Please don't spoil anything. It goes on for like 5 seasons.
You mean the Thin Blue Line with Rowan Atkinson? Because that is
Not at
great.
all,
And that's
no.
a great shout.
No.
That was pathetic compared to Blackadder.
Line of Duty
It was.
is about AC-12, an anti-corruption unit in some police force in the city. You don't know where it is. I think it's implied that it's Birmingham. And
Lots of crime there.
yeah. And
But like the bill.
it's not the Bill. It's Line
Oh,
of Duty.
okay.
It's not
Road Atkinson
whatever
was in
that
that
was.
one.
That Monty Python bollocks you were talking about there.
No,
Monty
Rowan
Python
Atkinson.
bollocks.
Oh right.
Thin Blue
sorry.
Line.
was thinking of John Cleese when you said
Carry
Rowan
on.
Atkinson for some reason. Anyway, Line of Duty.
You are talking about Blackadder?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to nominate
There
my
are policemen in Blackadder.
I'm going to nominate my favourite character, Baldrick, right? Because he's brilliant. No. I'm going to nominate my favourite character, DS Steve Arnott. He's a really good copper. He sorts out all the corruption and that. He's small, unassuming, kind of tough looking, but not really. Just got a hard face. Finds himself in peril.
Remind you of anybody?
Finds himself... I'm not small. Finds himself in peril a lot. But he comes...
with a tough face.
But he comes through in the end. No, nor do I have a tough face.
He has a cunning plan.
Yes, he does. So I'm going to go for him. DS Steve Arnott. You're never going to win. Maybe he'll get a double figures, but I doubt it.
Okay. I haven't seen the show, so I'll have to check it out. But Thin Blue Line is it really does hold up. I'm going to go with Naked Attraction, the Channel 4 show.
No.
Right, because I only discovered this last week.
Not that woman.
No.
Oh, she's a bad presenter.
Not her.
No. I know the one. I know
Wait,
the
well,
one.
I'm not going for a specific
right, cool.
man or woman, I don't think.
I know what you're talking about, Dove.
That crazy woman.
That
Yeah.
one.
Oh,
Did it.
sorry. Yeah, I know who I do know who
yeah.
you're talking
The
about.
feet woman.
It's a show, if you're unfamiliar with it, in the US especially, because I don't think it's going to be syndicated, you get one contestant, let's say it's a man, and let's say it's a straight man, and there are 6 big boxes containing females, all of whom are naked. Then it is slowly revealed. First you see from the feet up, and it goes all the way above the minge. You see the minge there?
He's not gone for that word. He's not done that.
The vagina. You see that? And then he eliminates one based on, I guess, feet, legs, and
Yeah.
genitals alone. And then the next round, you're right, man.
I'm trying to see how long ago.
Okay. The next one, you see the chest, the bosoms, the nipples, the areola, etc. He eliminates another one, and then it goes up a bit further. You see the face, eliminates another one. The next round, you see, you hear their voice. So they're asked a question, they answer it. Another one's eliminated. It's down to 2.
Inches.
One man. And then the man here gets naked. He gets Billy Bollocks, comes out, his snake's out. You can see everything there, and it's always flaccid, because I always keep an eye on it, because there's hugs in between when they get eliminated, and I always want to see in those last ones.
You'd be too
is there
nervous.
a little,
You'd be too nervous on telly.
I read a thing. It's like a really heated room, so it wouldn't. So, and then he finally chooses between the final pair who he's going to go on a date with, clothed, and then they work out if they've got any chemistry. They rarely do. But it's the best program
it's not.
that I've ever seen.
Absolutely
It's
dreadful.
absolutely captivating. It goes on for an hour, including ads.
There's also-
and I'm really good at it. So I can figure out... Wait, no. I've turned it into a game, as I do with lots of things. I've been playing the Stars in Their Eyes game, where I guess who they are before they go through, without any clues or anything.
That's Neil
just
Diamond.
No, that was one. That actually was one. I got Meatloaf the other day. And so...
Wait. Time.
Okay.
How's the Stars in Their Eyes game work if you're...
So there's loads on YouTube illegally uploaded, and you just skip through on the Alexa Fire Stick. You see what they look like in the little VT where they're going around in their factory or whatever, manufacturing, I don't know, clothes racks or something. And then it's like, oh, okay, I can tell from that he's going to be Jimmy Nail, who was almost a Hall of Fame pick this week, actually. Anyway, Naked Attraction, I'm really good at the game, and I'd recommend you playing this at home. So you watch it, and you guess who is going to be eliminated next. I have, and this is no exaggeration, with straight white men, a 100% record of not just who's going to win overall, but the exact order of elimination.
Wow.
I'm so good at this game.
That's the real quiz.
So if anyone wants to see a live stream of me doing that, as the new episodes come out, let us know in the comments, because I'll bloody do it. Probably not on YouTube, because...
Yeah.
That's good, that.
Yeah.
Now,
it's a great show.
Should point out, it works both ways. There's also women who judge all the men by like their dick length and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
does
sometimes
size matter
it's
in this situation? Do they often?
Often. Hair is a big thing, and I've been sort of asking around.
Oh, as in body hair,
ball hair, gooch hair, etc.
And then finally hair, because once it gets up to the head.
To the hair, if you've got a good head of hair. So I've been
asking.
By
that point, they've just gone on. It's just 2 lads with massive cocks left, isn't it?
How much would you have to be paid to do it?
Oh no, I wouldn't do that.
But that's nonsense. Okay, I'll say right now. Okay,
how dare you?
For £3 billion, Jack, would you do it? Of course you would.
My God.
So let's work down from there.
No,
because of course you would. So £1 million. You would do it for £3 billion.
Why are you doing this? I'm quite a body conscious person, actually.
£3 billion.
Of course I'd do it for
settled on 15 grand. I'd do it.
15 grand. No. There's things I would do for 15 grand that are not of that nature, but are of a similar intensity, I suppose. But I wouldn't do. It's. I find it.
It's just a cock and bollocks.
I got a DM from them.
It's
saying,
not
do you want to be on the show? And
Wait.
I asked about money, and they just didn't get back to me.
No,
So
is
I
this
assumed-
true?
Yeah.
What? Whoa! What?
I assumed you would have gotten one because you're more famous than me.
No.
Did you not get one?
No.
Oh.
What?
I feel special now.
Why didn't you bring
I
this
don't
up?
look special. It's
Why
one
did
reason
you
I didn't
wait
go
this
and
long?
make it attraction.
Why did you wait this long to bring it up?
As Jack just put then, get naked on TV. All right, how much?
And they just didn't
Just go
reply.
there for the thrill.
I've looked this up this week.
Nah.
They don't pay you unless you don't get
Well,
used.
nah.
£75 you get paid if you're left in the green room.
75 quid to get me tackle out. I can't think of a nice
It could
word
be
for that.
really good exposure for Botchamania.
Exposure.
Yay.
Oh,
if I go there with like
I mean, like, get a little
Maffew,
tattoo.
Greg,
Jim Cornette's face or something.
one ball's got botch, and there's Mania. Yeah, they'll never forget that, will they?
Oh my god.
YouTube.com/headbangerbotch.
If
have to get it covered over.
I cannot believe that that's happened. Wow.
You must have got one. You just haven't seen it.
What was it from the production company?
No, it's the Twitter account.
No.
They DM me saying, "Hey,
Were you following them?
no, Lord, no."
So how did they find you?
Might be a wrestling fan.
They must have
Channel
looked.
4.
There must have been like the Northeast guy. All right, get some Raggies, because you know how it
They
is.
film
You know,
in Newcastle.
Estate agents when they want
they?
you to
Well, the auditions were in Newcastle.
No.
right, but estate agents when they want you to get a house, they show you like one really bad house, then one all right one, then a really good one. So you never go with the first one. I was going to be the first house the estate agent showed you. I'm making no illusions.
Look what we've got here.
Like-
Oh no! And then the next little okay.
But wait a minute, if they don't show your head, and you can disguise your voice or whatever, if there's like, some lad with like a six-pack or whatever, and he's hung like whatever, then I'll be like, oh yeah, that was me.
No, you always see the face when they're eliminated.
Oh,
the whole screen
no.
goes up,
Oh,
and
forget
they
it then.
come in and they do this awkward little hug like
And
that
you were
because they don't want to touch
you were
bollocks
saying
or anything.
you were saying it's a hot room to prevent erections. Is that a thing?
No. It's not cold to prevent shrinking.
Oh, right. I thought you were.
Oh, right,
I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
you were saying it was hot to prevent erection. I was like, what?
No. Sorry. That did sound like I was saying that. No,
No,
I think
right.
it's
Heat
just like
makes things expand. So,
Right.
it's
fair
Okay,
point.
but then
Every
that,
little
means, that
helps.
means that when they do all this hugging, that means they're all a bit sweaty because it's been a hot room.
Yeah.
Well, if
Maybe
you're
it's
gonna
not
hug
hot, but it's not cold.
cold,
It's
yeah,
not cold, which
yeah.
is important.
It's
Well, yeah, you got the
just
clothes on. You'd be so
wrong.
cool. Well, that's what a Hall of Fame class we've had there.
Yeah. I think your wrestling one might win that one, Maffew.
It's a murderer's row of your choices this week, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, God. Jay Adeltman, he pointed and said naked attraction there.
DS Steve Arnott.
The Channel 4 show, which is available on demand, Naked Attraction, 5 series in, and
Hang on, this is a suspicious amount of plugs.
I'm not getting paid by Naked Attraction on the
But are you
Cultaholic
gonna go
Wrestling
on the
You
Podcast.
gonna
show?
go on it?
15 grand, hit me up. Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, how about 15
15?
quid?
No, I've already been bartered down previously from like 1.2 mil.
What?
That was my starting price.
Oh,
But
right,
then
right.
I went down to 15.
Right, sorry.
Wait, with who?
Just my mate.
The voice in his head.
Oh, right. I thought you meant they'd approached you as well. I was like, what am I?
No, but
Why am I
if-
not being
if they're
offered a
listening out,
naked
in fact,
attraction?
tweet him if you like. Let's see if we can get me on 15 grand. There's the price. You'll see me old tallywhacker.
Yep.
Patreon.com.
Patreon.com/Cultaholic. Cocks and balls.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Raw and SmackDown Recap.
All right, let's watch wrestling. Now, Raw.
Such a good intro, though.
thank
I
you.
laugh every time I cut that.
I can
bit.
tell, yeah. Raw. Steve Austin oversees the contract signing between Seth and Braun. Styles, Gallows, and Anderson interrupt. Oh, it's bad place comments there, sorry. So the babyfaces attack.
He's a writer.
And Austin gives
English
AJ...
Bachelor. Bachelor of English Literature. Sorry, carry on.
English botula. And Austin gives AJ a stunner. Everybody is very happy. Well, the pop for Austin at Madison Square Garden, quite hefty.
Can I just see the comments, please?
Because you've done it as a list.
He wasn't overseas a contract signing.
Between Seth and Braun, Styles...
That's
oh,
a full
that's
stop.
a full stop.
Yeah, there you
My
go.
bad.
Correct from Jack G. King. That's all right.
Sorry, we'll cut the bit out where you corrected me. So power of editing, make anybody look good. So yeah, the pop that Austin got.
Crazy. Absolutely, like, probably it's certainly the biggest pop this year for a man
But
who
is
hasn't
that a
wrestled in an
surprise?
awful long time. No, it's not a surprise.
I know.
Not in MSG, not with Austin. And the glass shattering is just iconic, isn't it? Fair play to AJ Styles here for selling the stunner.
Yeah.
Great stunner sell, sorry. and an all right. It was an all right segment.
He was
but
great.
It was really about
I
that
thought
and that.
Styles was great throughout. Is the part that I liked the most was when Austin does a bit of improv and he goes like, "Sounds like you've got 16,000 people calling you an asshole, son." And AJ just goes, "Why don't you shut up, Steve?" Yeah.
It's probably like it's probably Mum.
Yeah. "Why don't you shut up, Steve?" It's great.
Although it was very nice and everything, it does make you wonder why they'd have Austin start the show when nothing on the show could follow that.
Yeah.
And even worse, they're like, Steve Austin's here. Yay! The champion, Seth Rollins. And even worse, it was so funny hearing and seeing the differences in promo ability. There's Austin talking natural. "God damn, sons. And then Rollins be like, "Hey, welcome to WWE Monday Night Raw TM."
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta feel Austin was totally unscripted, apparently. Totally unscripted.
And he sounded it. He sounded natural. He sounded cool.
Austin's like one of a kind, though.
Yeah.
He's one of the best ever on the mic. So it's hard to... I don't know.
You know what's interesting about this segment is that we'll get to the Undertaker thing on SmackDown, but I was very disappointed by the Undertaker on SmackDown, but I wasn't disappointed by Austin, even though both had been rumoured for the Fiend coming out. We were all very excited by that, but Austin was good enough, and there was enough happening that it was still good, rather than the Sami Zayn. Yeah.
Yeah. Cedric has a non-title match with AJ and almost wins, but the club interfere for the DQ. They beat him down until the Viking Raiders make the save.
Yeah, this was just a setup later on, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was a setup all along. Roman Reigns does a Connor's Cure segment, brings out kids from pediatric cancer charities in New York, and goes, "Yeah, say I faked it now, Meltzer."
No, it doesn't.
Can't believe you wrote that.
Thing is, right, when the end of that sentence was approaching, I was like, why is he not coming to the end of the sentence? That's all I wrote. It just wrote pediatric cancer charities in New York, and then you took a breath, and I was like, where's he going with this? But no, this was a nice segment. They got to make little entrances.
Yeah,
Have
I
the
love
costumes
stuff
on.
like that.
Yeah.
It really gets to me.
Roman's a good person for it.
Oh, yeah. Roman's great.
Even if he hadn't undergone his own battle with cancer, he's still really good at that sort of thing. He's quite,
Who are the best at being like good faces for the WWE? Miz is up there.
John
surprisingly. Cena, obviously.
Titus.
Titus is really good.
Titus is
Yeah,
great, yeah.
Yeah.
So lovable. He's just good with kids. I've seen a few like Make-A-Wish things and various things filmed backstage, and people love him.
Seth Rollins. I'm the best.
Yeah,
No, it was a nice little segment, wasn't it?
Yeah, but Seth Rollins announced for Smash Brothers. Roman Reigns is like, the horse was terrible. The horsewomen explode. Sorry, Banjo-Kazooie got announced.
Oh, yeah,
sorry. What,
right.
Banjo?
I've been telling myself,
Banjo
stop doing these
No.
stupid announcements, these nerd things.
No,
I'm
they've
doing.
been
I
announced for
couldn't
some. No, they're
resist.
just going to be characters on a game.
Oh, you
I was
bought
so
the
cross.
DLC?
I was
I
so
did.
cross.
The only DLC I've bought. Stop it.
Really? Ever?
For a game, yeah.
Wow, that surprises me. I'd have thought you'd have been into like the Simpsons mobile game, spunking all your cash on like.
It's
fake
funny you
Quickie
say
Marks or
that
something.
because I did use that. Obviously, who cares about wrestling? I played that game
What's it called?
almost
Simpsons?
religiously. I forgot what it's called. I deliberately misremembered the name in my head, so I don't go back to downloading it.
Tapped out.
I really tapped out to that because I was literally in my head going, right, well, if I make my lunch now, then by the time it finishes cooking, I'll be there to click on when Mo's finished making his flaming Homer,
I was
and I'll
set.
and it literally destroyed my brain for a while until I got rid of it. So
I did one called Maffew Wars. I was setting alarms at 4 a.m. so I could just like cash in on my bit. Pathetic, isn't it?
Sam told me yesterday about a certain rock and roll icon who apparently, I don't know what Sam's source was, but he says apparently he lost loads of money because he got addicted to iPad games.
Really?
Do you want to guess who it was?
Jonathan Davis. Out of Corn.
No.
Corns. Out of
Corns.
No.
Rock and roll legend.
Yeah.
Give us a clue.
It's Johnny Rotten from the Sex Pistols.
Is it Johnny Rotten?
Yes,
from the
it
Sex
is,
Pistols?
bloody
There
hell.
you go. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's sad, isn't it? I mean, addiction's addiction, and they're designed to be
literally,
as
yeah.
addictive as possible. The algorithms and the thought that goes into them.
Yeah.
And Anyway.
Anyway, on that happy
it's just,
note,
it's just that it was Johnny Rotten. It's not very punk rock to be addicted to.
If you're playing
iPad
a game now, delete
he's
it
also
off your
60.
thing because you won't miss
Oh,
it.
yeah.
For 2 days you'll be like, oh, where was that? And then after you'll never think about it again. Do it right now.
Delete
also got
Crazy
hooked.
Cupcakes now.
Crazy
That's from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh,
the very
that's
serious
right,
captain,
yes.
Captain Hull, he gets addicted. He's like, I've been playing a game called Quasi Cupcakes. It's really good.
the 4 horsewomen explode in capital letters. Long tag match between Charlotte, Becky, Bayley, and Sasha. Charlotte eventually wins, pinning Bayley with the natural selection.
Yeah, it was good.
I liked it, yeah. Nice
Very
little match.
good, in fact.
It had a big match feel.
Yeah.
And it felt a bit like when Jericho had to team up with Chris Benoit to take on the 2-man power trip. It felt like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't as good as that match. That's one of the best matches ever on Raw, but it was still a good match.
Yeah, totally. I think it was just a nice reminder of the unbelievable chemistry that all 4 women have, and that they are the best female wrestlers in the WWE roster, without a doubt.
Yeah.
And I like Charlotte's moonsault into the push-up.
Yeah,
that wasn't very good.
Something else.
But the rest of it was good.
Yeah. And then Rey Mysterio beat Gran Metalik in a short but fun match.
I expected more from this. I thought this was going to be
Really?
the Chad Gable making match of Gran Metalik, where everybody would be chanting his name next week, or at least excited to see him, and I don't think that quite happened, which I think is a shame.
No.
I reckon what happened is they went, Ray, who do you want to wrestle this week? And he went, Gran Metalik.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
that's
good. You've got
what
4
happened.
minutes.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
It was good for the length of
Yeah,
time,
it was.
but
It wasn't
like
bad by any means. I just expected it to be. Like, there was a lot of hype online for it as well, and I
Yeah.
think I bought into that maybe a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of people speculated that they did this match, this proper lucha match, because AAA are doing NYC in about a week's time.
Oh,
And they're like, and they were actually going to do Madison Square Garden until they realized, wait, no one's going to come if we do that. So we want a much smaller venue. And they haven't announced a lot of it, which they probably should have done. And they had Cain Vasquez go on, what's his name, Ariel, the MMA journalist.
Helwani.
Yeah. He went on this show and he was like, how can you watch a pay-per-view? And he went, I'll be on Twitch. It's not on Twitch. It's on Fight TV. So they were like, let's have a proper lucha match just to completely screw them over. So
It was
thanks,
only a few
AAA.
minutes, though.
Have to change pages. Please wait. Baron Corbin, yes, progresses to the King of the Ring final, stealing a pinfall on Samoa Joe after Ricochet had hit him with the 630.
Happy about this. I think he's been great, especially in recent weeks. He's just a tremendous heel, and when he beats Chad Gable, not only is it going to absolutely make Chad Gable, even in defeat, but Baron Corbin will be the biggest heel in the WWE, surpassing Shane McMahon. Even.
What is your basis for that?
I think Corbin is a more natural fit for the character of King
of
Corbin,
course.
and I'm not sure. I think there's still a lot that Chad Gable can gain, even by being beaten. I think people will rally behind him as an underdog. That's his whole character throughout the
In
tournament.
theory, that's what I'd love to happen, but just looking at it, I just don't really have enough faith that that's what's going to happen. I think people get sick of the King character very quickly, and I think that Chad Gable's not going to get a sustained push because he never gets a sustained push.
I think you're probably right, but
think
that's
Gable-
what I would like to happen.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
It's what
no.
it's not what we think will
No.
happen. It's what we want to happen.
No, maybe I do think that. I don't know. I think you're right. They'll become impatient,
But Corbin
they
has
won't
been great.
really-
I totally agree with you. Like Corbin has been brilliant.
and there's so much you can do with Gable.
Yes.
Yeah, he's very malleable and small, so you can put him in, put him in cereal, porridge.
You can put him in a suitcase and throw him over the boat.
I noticed on his match with Shane on SmackDown this week, when Shane made his entrance behind Gable, Gable has such a great sort of face. His disappointment face was amazing. He's actually a brilliant actor, and you look back at the backstage segments that he's been in, and he's really talented. He's not just suplexes and being a great technical wrestler. He's very good, and if they invest in him, he can be massive.
They really should.
We know that about lots of people.
But the thing is, it's such a shit. If he was just like 6-7 inches taller, then he would be
Just
he'd be
6 or
huge-
7.
Well, just a casual 6 or 7 inches taller, but
I
he'd
mean,
be a huge star.
If he was on Naked Attraction, you're going to reveal his chest, it'll be his head. But also, this favourite thing is speculated, because my fans are very weird. They were at me going, did you see that bit at the end of the match where Baron Corbin mistook Samoa Joe's bottom end for his top end and tried to hook the arm?
It's so good.
I missed
And then
that.
no, he was. Well, I can only speculate. He was trying to make sure he wasn't under the rope so it could pin him. But because the camera angle was there, it does look like he's trying to, he's Samoa Joe. It's like trying to move a couch by yourself. So he's doing that, and then he goes to pin him. So people are like, did he think that was his bottom half? Did he think? Which
I'd love
is
it if
funny,
it
but I
was
don't
true.
think it's true.
I'd love it.
Yeah, I'd love it.
I would love it if that was true.
Natalia got her win back on Lacey Evans from last week.
Who cares?
Out of nowhere.
Next.
Yeah, that was the week's part of Raw, just because it was 50-50 booking, wasn't it?
Yeah. 50% didn't care, and 50% were buying t-shirts. Firefly Funhouse. Bray fixes one of the puppet's alarms clocks, which was stuck on 316. Austin's number. Now it's stuck on 1119. But what does it mean, Pacitti?
There was all sorts of bollocks, wasn't there? There was like various psalms, Bible, biblical stuff.
yeah.
There was
Ezekiel was a popular one that was being thrown
yeah,
around.
which
Not Big
sort of
Zeke.
made sense.
No, Jackson's coming back.
Jackson, that'd be
Yes.
amazing. And I think the most popular one was Undertaker, because that was the month or the day that he debuted. But it wasn't actually his Survivor Series debut. It was the time he debuted on Superstars, which the WWE would never acknowledge. It was just nonsense.
Yeah, that's the his first name's Kane then, if that's the case. They're not going to do that.
And then, of course, he didn't come out on SmackDown. And so, who knows? And I like that. I like not knowing. And I hope there are more clues that tie this mystery together.
Yeah.
Even though we know that he's got like a Hell in a Cell match coming up at Hell in a Cell. So it's going to be something related to Rollins or
I looked up
Braun.
what John 11:19 was, because Austin says John 3:16, doesn't he? Before he says, you thought me wrong, you say your psalm, say your John 3:16. Yeah. Well, I looked up what John 11:19 was, and it was really not... I thought it was going to be like a statement where I could be like, ooh. It was like, and then the Jews came and spoke to Mary and Martha and comforted them over Lazarus' death. I was like, oh, that's way too specific.
There.
There's no clue there.
Martha Hart, Mary, is there a Mary in wrestling?
Mary.
Jews, Bill Goldberg.
Yeah.
It's Goldberg.
It's Goldberg's his next opponent, yes.
Goldberg, Martha Hart, and Mary. I can't think of a Mary in wrestling.
Crazy Mary Dobson.
Yeah, Sarah Logan. They're all going to come along.
Very nice.
5-on-5 tag, Rollins, Strowman, Cedric and the Viking Raiders versus Styles, Anderson, Gallows, Ziggler and Roode. The goodies win, but there's dissent teased between Rollins and Strowman. Cedric gets the pinfall on AJ Styles, and half a second later, Steve Austin's pop completely drowns it out. Setting up a title match for Clash of Champions, Austin runs down and celebrates like David Brent coming back to the office.
Yeah, it was really like...
I'm coming up, so you better get this party started. Shamon!
He was like straight in there with his trainers on, running down the ramp. Yeah, he was. And he's just getting the beers in for everyone.
Are you mean to tell me that you faked having elevated blood levels?
Oh, well.
Well, no. And that's why we'll have you back on straight up Steve Austin. It was a good show, but again...
Your SmackDown lot of little slugs.
The huge difference when he was asked to lose to Brock Lesnar, he said, "I don't do bad jobs." When he, what was it about? Yeah, seeing Austin on the show with the other guys that they have as alleged headliners, there was such a gap. There was a story Orson Welles used to tell where whenever he'd go to some film studio to get a film made, they'd always go, "My God, Orson Welles, the man who made Citizen Kane, the best film ever. So great to work with you." And he'd always go, "Yeah, you know why Citizen Kane was so great? Because the studio had no interference in it. I could do what I wanted. Can I do that with you?" And I always go, "No." So there's Steve Austin, who had very minimal scripting, basically talked about what he wanted, had the overall agenda. Sounds awesome, biggest star ever. Everyone else on the roster, nah, you can read from this. Anyway, SmackDown. Undertaker opens the show and cuts a very Undertaker promo. Yeah, just, get the Undertaker bingo, call it. The whole of
souls. Titans were born there, but he took all their souls.
We can't think of anything. He just makes that noise.
I was confused when Sami Zayn complimented him for selling out the venue so many times, because it just sort of didn't. It wasn't in fitting with the Undertaker's character at all. Like imagine him saying, "You sold bloody loads of Funko Pops, you.
Yeah.
Well done, Taker. That's why you're a legend and you're undead.
You big undead demon zombie." Yeah.
I think she's supposed to always been insincere, but at the same time, you do get the feeling it's like, wow, like you watch all the NWA 86 promos. Every bad guy on the show has to say something complimentary about Dusty Rhodes before the start of the yeah. Someone's like, "Dusty, you're the greatest man I ever saw. I saw Naked Attraction. You got the biggest hog I ever saw in a man. But on April 18th, I'm taking your teeth." Like every guy on the show has to say like. So Sami Zayn opens up and says he won't take him out of respect, but the fans know he should be opening the show, so please leave. And then Undertaker left, and that was great to see. So that worked. My God, that worked. And then Taker chokeslammed him.
Yeah.
It was just, obviously it was pointless and unnecessary and everything, but like Sammy's just been partnered up with Shinsuke, and then Sammy wasn't there while Shinsuke was on commentary, despite the fact that Sammy is meant to be Shinsuke's spokesperson. Yep. It was just like they obviously didn't have somebody to feed to Undertaker, so go for Sammy, obviously. It was just crap, wasn't it? It doesn't, and I really like Sammy. I think everyone here does. So.
I love it if Vince wanted to feed Chad Gable to him, but they were like, no, he's in the King of the Ring semi-final. He's like, oh, God damn it.
No, the other dwarf.
Yeah. Isn't Sammy like 6'1" or something? He's quite...
They're all dwarfs.
Yeah, to Vince, yeah.
If you're not 7'1", you're a dwarf. Shane reveals that Elias is injured, and he will be replaced by Shane McMahon.
Here comes money.
Here comes the money. Miz beats Andrade clean, but Nakamura attacks him afterwards. Weird to see Andrade losing clean as a whistle here.
Yeah.
Miz has got a title match though, hasn't he?
Yeah. I wish it had been someone else.
Yeah.
I'd have rather just like Shelton or someone.
Yeah.
Just because I like Andrade so much. And the match itself wasn't great either. For an Andrade match, they didn't have much chemistry. There were a few sort of missteps here and there.
Well, it's Miz.
Yeah.
I like Miz, but you're not going to get Tokyo Dome Miz at any point. So And Mandy Rose cuts a promo about how she is beautiful and Nikki Cross is ugly. Cross comes out and beats her in the wrestling match.
I don't know why I wrote in a wrestling match.
Sort of beat her. She rolled her up.
Yeah.
Which
She
was-
didn't like beat her up.
Yeah, which it was great at the beginning. And she ran to the ring and she was so incensed and like she wanted to kill her. And then by the end, she's winning with a roller. It was just like,
Didn't she roll out the ring and Alexa's there going like, come on, let's get out of here.
It didn't do anything for me. I like that. There's been a lot of controversy regarding that promo and its apparent sort of beauty shaming. Yeah, I had no issue with it personally. I said in Graded the other day, I don't want to live in a time where a heel can't call a babyface ugly. It's pretty loads of people calling for the Attitude Era to come back, and then there's a problem with ugly.
It works in context, but I do find it very unimaginative.
Oh, sure. No, I agree. It's lazy. It's lazy.
Yeah.
But you're right. The context does work. Mandy Rose.
She's an arrogant conceited.
Yeah, like she has the soft focus when she comes to the ring. That's her
whole
whole thing
thing's
is beauty.
right.
Or perceive her perception of beauty, I guess.
Yeah.
So it didn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
But it was a bit crap.
It was crap, yeah.
I liked
crap
it
match too.
because it showed the differences in, I don't know, maybe different countries or whatever, how they react to things. Chad Gable gets called a dwarf and, a beer coaster, Bo's actually small, for a few weeks and just goes backstage. Nikki Cross gets called ugly, charges out like the warrior and beats up the person that called her ugly. Yes, Nikki Cross.
Yeah.
I thought, what a great segment.
Until she rolled her up, I guess.
Yeah,
So she
until the
had
match happened.
In a what to say here, wrestling match.
Well, we'll have to wait and see how it pays off, I guess, on Sunday.
Oh, the baby faces are winning. Surely.
Surely.
It's turned into a bullying angle and you can't. Fire and desire, they can't.
Yeah.
You can't just
gonna
call,
stick.
Mickey James a cow
They
and
did
then
it with
have a win.
They did it with Nia and Alexa, didn't they? And then Nia got the big win at
Yeah,
WrestleMania.
Mania.
Yeah.
And then she was never seen or heard from again. Heavy Machinery, Swash'em Jobbers. Oh, someone's put Jobbers here. How dare you?
CZW champion or something. Is
The
that right?
reigning CZW World Champion, John Silver. And some other guy.
Good for it.
I think they're in the Beaver Boys together, but they're not holding any titles right now. One of them, the current I don't name these tag teams. They name themselves.
Okay.
The current CZW World
Okay.
Heavyweight Champion
Okay.
was on
Why
top.
did he turn into Mr. Mackey? Were you doing that on purpose?
What was I doing?
Okay.
I was just trying to compose myself so I didn't laugh at Beaver Boys.
Okay.
Shane
Okay.
meets
Okay. Hey, children. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, Tim is...
Still want to say about sea buns, like kiss my buns on.
Oh, you're a
was Erick.
bunhole. Instead of pay- Shane meets with
I'm
Kev.
super! Nice.
Up there, there's so much room.
I can change. Shane meets with Kevin Owens and says he's changed. So
He knows he's been a greedy little butthole.
This was... Oh, this was really bad, this.
What, the main event?
No, we're not there yet, but there's a
Oh.
little segment, yeah.
Oh, where Kevin Owens gets offered the job
Yeah.
so he can keep $100,000. It's not. Yeah, sure.
But now Owens has to be the special guest referee. Why does Shane have such a fetish for special guest referee angles?
Look,
Oh,
Lynch,
someone's after.
genuinely, there's so many involving Shane. So whether he's the ref or someone else is the ref in his match, or there was that whole one where him and Daniel Bryan were both the special guest ref, and it's always Shane. He loves them.
Because he's from the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
And it's that or Bra and Panties matches.
I want to see him wrestle Kevin Owens and Braun Panties match. That'll be good.
Rowan cuts a promo about how he's a mastermind, not a minion.
Yeah.
Rowan arrives and they brawl.
Rowan
Rowan gets
arrives,
the
sorry.
better of it. Power bombs mini-me version of it. So how many fake Rowans are there onto Rowan? And then Roman. And then uses I forget the name of it, camera on a stick.
The jib.
Yeah.
The jib, the crane, the jib. I couldn't quite work out which bit's the jib and which is the crane.
Right.
I love that.
He went, I don't like the
That's
cut
really
of
cool.
your jib, and knocked them down, and then walked away like, dunna.
Very nice.
I love Rowan now.
Has that been done before? Because I couldn't think of an example where it's been done before.
I think
Rock Austin did.
Yeah, Rock and Austin.
Did they? Okay,
Yeah.
right. I couldn't remember it.
That was like 600 years ago. So.
Sure.
I remember, but that was on the other side. That was on the announce table side. I seem to remember they were stood on the
Right.
announce tables, maybe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it the same one where Rock gets the camera to like talk to it, and then he turns around into a stunner or something? Or is that
I
when it's on
honestly
the
can't
headset?
remember the bit.
It's so good when I think it's maybe a different one where Rock's on the headset and he's like, "The People's Champ is here, kicking
It's
Stone
Foley.
Cold's ass."
look at the
Oh, is it
people.
Foley?
Yeah, I think it's a match with Foley, isn't
Oh
it?
no,
No, it's with Austin. He goes,
yeah.
look at all the people cheering the people. Oh, and then he
Yeah,
takes us to the...
it zooms, it pans across, and Austin's giving the middle finger to the camera.
Oh!
The one I'm thinking of is Foley when he's on the headset.
Yeah.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
That's
No, I
great.
thought that was cool. I thought it was an inventive spot, especially for
Yeah.
like weekly TV. It's pretty cool.
I'm ready for that no DQ match if it's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bayley beats Ember Moon, with Charlotte watching on from commentary. And that was nice because Ember Moon's like, I thought you were going to help the title. And Bayley's like, yeah, whatever. What do you know about holding the title?
Give Ember a push, man.
Yeah,
and that
I
was Ember
agree.
Moon cancelled.
I mean, literally half the match happened in the ad break, didn't it? I don't remember much of it because I didn't see much of it because it was that big.
Right. I try to ignore those.
Yeah.
Liberty. Sorry, by the way. Kofi cuts a promo. Is Madison Square Garden brawl with Orton, which was 10 years
Yeah,
ago.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Orton appears in the crowd and says Kofi spent his entire career pretending to be something he's not, i.e., Jamaican and likable.
And he said
And the power of positivity.
BS.
He did.
He
said
did. He
bullshit.
swores. They fight, and Kofi
And for some
repeats the
reason, it was
spot from a
that
decade prior.
For some reason, it was that really offended Kofi. It wasn't when Orton mocked him for his like fake Jamaican and his dreadlocks and stuff. It was when he went and all that power of positivity bull crap. And then Kofi was like, "Well, that's enough. You can't have a go at the power of positivity."
That's always been the thing. It's like, no, the power positive is the strongest thing in wrestling. It's why New Day will never break up. Stop speculating it.
I loved this. I didn't quite get why the Revival weren't there because they've been Orton's buddies the whole time, and it was. I don't think it was explained why they weren't by his side.
Because
But
Kofi
whatever,
needs-
it was the boom dropped through the thing. It was unfortunate that the table broke a little
Oh,
bit.
but Kofi did really
Not
well.
for you, but yeah.
Kofi did really well though.
Oh, for recovering from
Jesus
that. Oh, yeah,
Christ!
yeah.
I mean, it would have been terrifying.
Yeah.
And Orton, it looked nasty to take as well from that angle. Looked like right on Orton's like abdomen. Oh, but yeah. I
Good
enjoyed
segment.
it.
Yep. King of the Ring semi-final. Gable versus Shane. Shane mocks Gable for being... Are you ready? For being short. Wah, wah. So he immediately hits Chaos Theory and wins. Then Shane makes it 2 out of 3 falls. Ooh.
Well, Owens did a fast count, which Meltzer said wasn't meant to be a fast count.
Is that right?
But
That makes more sense now.
This is very Starcade 97.
7. Oh, good reference.
With Nick Patrick and the fast count that wasn't. It's not as big as that, obviously, but
It just
This was exactly the same as WWE's biggest
Gable
ever
is
pay-per-view.
Sting, Shane is Hogan, and Kevin Owens is Nick Patrick.
Owens helps Shane with slow counts, etc. Eventually, Gable forces Shane to tap to a grapevine ankle lock. Shane beats up KO and fires him, and the show
Just
goes
beat him up.
off the air as the crowd chant AE-dub, AE-dub. Yep.
I like the result. It's the right result, and I like the idea of it, like Shane looking like he's going to win, and everybody being like, "Oh no, not this again!" Only for Gable to overcome him by wrestling really well. That I enjoyed. It was just Kevin Owens and his involvement in the match made very little sense to me. The fast count and then the slow count after. So he was happy doing a fast count at one point, and then maybe something happened during an ad break, and Shane said, "I'm going to fire you if you don't let me win," or something. But it was never really explained.
See, I joked a while ago that, no, they're doing this because we're having Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon Part 2 at Hell in a Cell. I think that might be a reality at this point.
I think we're going to get Team Owens versus Team McMahon at Survivor Series. But, you know, it's a little bit...
God.
I reckon we're going to have at least one Raw and SmackDown match at Survivor Series, and SmackDown will win because Fox, and it's the new deal and everything.
That makes sense. That's a good
Oh, that
shout.
makes
But
sense.
I also was just going to say, this week has made me realise that maybe it's the first time in my life as a wrestling fan, I support Raw more than SmackDown. I've always been a SmackDown guy. Everyone loves SmackDown. But I just can't get on board. I prefer Heyman's stuff to Heyman's direction to Bischoff's, presumably. What's going on?
It's all over the place, SmackDown, isn't it? This was a bad week for SmackDown. And it's been a few average shows lately as well.
I prefer Raw now, which is weird because Raw, in
Yeah.
theory, is the harder show to get through because it's an hour longer, but I prefer Raw. Raw was good this week.
Raw had some standout matches, which
Yeah. Raw had
SmackDown
lots of
certainly
wrestling.
did not have.
Yeah.
Yeah. SmackDown was weak on matches this week.
And the whole weird storyline with fake Rowan and everything. I've just been losing enthusiasm for
Yeah,
SmackDown. quite a lot.
understandably, yeah.
You won't be saying that when you get free DLC of fake Rowan.
yeah, true.
And 205 Live, Theo Madden, who I've met in real life, so I have to say nice things about
I
him.
thought this was NXT that he was on.
No, 205 Live.
All right.
You said NXT earlier, I think.
Yeah,
Did
I said NXT and you went, that's right.
And then I said Kushida was on 205 Live.
Yeah.
Yes,
So he was on 205 Live.
He
Yes.
wasn't on 205 Live.
He was on NXT, wasn't he?
yes, 205 Live.
No, he wasn't on 205 Live.
No,
Oh, I
he
see,
was
I
on
see.
205 Live.
Was he?
No, Theo Madden is on 205 Live
Oh,
because Nigel
the
McGuinness has gone to
commentator
NXT.
bloke. Yes, sorry. I'm so sorry. That's
Okay.
all my fault.
Oh.
That's sorry.
I hope I
thought-
didn't say NXT
I thought you were
earlier.
talking about a wrestler because a wrestler debuted on NXT this week, and I just.
This is way more important than a wrestler.
What's
This
his
is a
name
commentator.
then? What's the
Theo
wrestler-
Madden.
What's the wrestler's name?
I don't know. I just know his Twitter handle is Great Black Otaku.
No, not that one. But yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Oh, that's the commentary guy who did the Kushida Kush.
Yeah.
Good lad.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
It's all right. But WWE are like, oh, here's this former NFL dude. Oh, wow, great. He'll know about sports and being normal. I'm like, he's a huge weeb. He's an enormous weeb. And I met him and he was all nice and stuff.
Oh, lovely. Well, good for him.
I'm happy for him. And
Any good matches?
Wooly.
What?
Yeah.
Well, if you have to ask that question and you think you know the answer, yes, there was a great main event that was ignored by the crowd because halfway through,
Not
for whatever
true.
reason...
The Fiend. They got the Fiend this week. So they were excited. The Fiend was in a dark match.
Right, yeah. The 205
They
Live
had
main
to sit
event was
through
the
it.
Fiend. So, I don't know how exactly, it's another video. Some fan had a baby, and some people in that section, as some wrestling crowds tend to just focus on that. And the guy was like, oh, all right, holding the baby up like that. And you could literally see now it's on 1080p, you can see it's beautiful. All the fans stood up on the hard camera and look over and start singing, hey, we want some baby, hey. To a point where they kept on doing it, like, for long, and they're like, okay, it's been 10 minutes. So Gulak got, I think it was Grand Metalik, and just start, like, thinking like this, like a baby, and the crowd were like, that's all right. We're still going to watch the baby, though.
They can't win, can they?
And then, like, straight away it was like, all right, 205 is getting cancelled. Everyone's like, oh, no. I think I watched that once. That's a shame. So, yeah. NXT,
there was a guy who
NXT,
debuted on NXT,
sorry.
and because the commentator's name that you said sounded like a wrestler's name, I assumed that's who this was. But I don't know who did it. I don't
When did his debut on NXT?
Someone appeared for the first time. It must be a performance center dude or something.
Not Boa.
Yeah.
Maybe? Oh. Yeah,
It
'cause he's
sounds-
from
sounds-
Beijing, China, so...
Sounds nothing like Dioman.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
That'd be great. Oh, yeah, I bumped into Boa. Was in Beijing.
Oh, right. Okay. Johnny,
He's from China, though, so I think the contracts are pretty constricting.
Johnny Gargano did a very cheesy NXT.
Yeah,
for
like Brett
live.
doing Wrestling with Shadows.
But it was... Not until that moment have I understood why people don't like Johnny Gargano. But now I'm like, oh, it's a bit cheesy, that Johnny.
Oh, I've not seen that yet. I love Johnny Gargano. I don't want him to be ruined.
He's gonna...
Well, there's nothing there's nothing worse in the world than a cheesy Johnny.
Can I...
So
Can I just talk about NXT UK for a second?
Go on.
There was a segment on NXT UK that was, it was in theory good, and the wrestlers are both charismatic, but it was just shot and produced so badly, and there were audio issues and stuff, and it was really bad. And I don't understand what went wrong or why they allowed it, why that was the final, why they were happy with it. So it was Trent Seven and Noam Dar. Noam's holding a press conference for himself, and he's like being an arrogant heel and stuff. And then Trent Seven comes along and he's like, are you holding a press conference for yourself? And there's a bit of back and forth, and it's quite funny. And I think it's setting up a match between the two. But if you've seen it,
yeah.
what's going on with the audio? I can't hear half the lines that are going on because Dar's speaking into a microphone, Trent's not. And it's just...
Well, they tried to do a press conference with no press. So I thought to begin with, the joke was that this was supposed to be crap. Then you realize, is it? Is it just badly made? You couldn't tell it was that.
It was
Are you
really
joking?
bad.
Is this supposed to be bad, or is it a parody of things being bad? Because there's obviously one guy there. But and obviously no Dom's like, I'm on the press conference to say I'm the best. And I was like, oh, okay. And then Trent Seven just happens to wander in. But if you'd gone, wait, there's nobody here, it would have been great. Like, oh, it's supposed to look silly. But instead, Trent acted like there wasn't a bunch of people there.
They just don't
But
ever
again,
show the crowd. There's two really weird angles.
Is there any like sound foleyed in, like the noise
feel
of
like
the
horses or
shutters.
something?
hey, can everyone be
okay.
quiet,
Yeah.
please?
Right, okay. Oh, that sounds awful.
It's really
That
bad.
sounds even worse.
And it's not the fault of the wrestlers. It's just made awful. The idea is good in theory, but it's not.
This would have been a great segment on an indie show, but on the WWE, you're just like, okay.
Like, I can't emphasize how badly it was produced.
Oh, I'll check it out.
Yeah, yes.
But Noam
Good,
Dar
I
and Trent
like
Seven
stuff
were
like
funny.
they were funny.
regardless.
Because like Trent's like, can I join in? And he's like, does it pertain to the... It's just, that was quite funny, but like...
Oh, get Trent Seven's a big fan of mine. Get him a
I
Trent.
recognise
Get
that grey hair anywhere. But,
get him a Noam Dar t-shirt. He loves
yeah,
me.
but it was just... You could hear them. You couldn't even hear them. It was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The NXT UK production values have been student level.
But it's like, Smallman's involved, and Progress are good at that sort of stuff.
To be honest, it's
Backstage stuff, yeah.
Johnny
definitely.
Saint needs to pull his finger out. It's his
Thanks for that
doing
image.
this. Sid Scala, he's doing all the talking,
He's
but
busy
Johnny
wrestling
Saint,
now.
he needs to pick up a bloody GoPro and get involved. Johnny.
You really want to see that, don't you? Really a lot.
Anything with Johnny Saint, I want to see.
Jerry Sanger was like, well, we've got a 16mm camera lying around. Bless him. The most active he's ever been was on this show because they asked him about the British Rounds match that and Scala having next week. And he's like, oh yeah, I actually know about that. Yeah. It works like this. And he was like, yeah.
If Scala starts doing like the whole, like the Johnny Saint stuff, that's going to be mint. Yeah.
He will.
Do you think?
Yeah.
They'll do a bit where he regenerates. Johnny Saint will disappear, and then Sid Scala will be there wearing the same clothes he's been wearing. And that'll be good. Apart
Johnny
from
Saint will give him a magical weightlifting belt or something, but it turns out he had the power in him all along. It was just
you never needed the weightlifting.
Yeah.
You didn't need to distract the ref to throw salt in the wrestler's eyes. It was in you all along. What else is happening? I'm scrolling through the thing. La la la. I've got notes. I'm not being rude.
I don't know.
No, I'm not being rude.
There wasn't that much wrestling this week apart from WWE.
Rhea Ripley and Pete Dunne now properly on NXT.
Yeah, apparently they're moving over.
And I didn't realise they're doing this. The first hour of NXT, to begin with, is going to be on American TV, whatever, USA. And then the second hour is going to be in the network.
Is that right?
what?
I hadn't heard that either.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Really?
So they had to say on the show, like, yeah.
Right. Apparently Tony Storm's going over as well, full-time NXT.
Oh.
That explains why she lost the
Be
women's belt, I
expected,
guess, yeah.
It's okay. This can raid a few more territories. Hey, Wolverhampton's good this year. And that was it. All the notes I've just put up was like, I really want Mauro Ranallo, like, come out of a night out with me, my mates, because he's just there. He makes everything sound so natural, exciting. It'd be like, my God, like,
He
Jack
cares,
the
doesn't
Jobber. He can make a rustlers properly without getting the buns soggy.
Rustlers again.
Pacitti, the mayor of the Isle of Wight. And you'd be like, yeah, you're just talking complete crap and make it sound so great.
I like Mauro a lot.
Lovely guy.
Yeah.
I reckon he is,
I think he's fantastic at his job.
Yes,
That's
I
the
want
week
him
in
on a night.
wrestling.
What a weak finish. Sorry, lads.
Let's have a rummage in our mail bags.
Now to have a look in the mailbag. Number 1. So today I discovered that the true gateway to the north, Weatherby Services, has upgraded to include a KFC.
That's it.
Wow. Further cementing itself as the best motorway services in the country.
Yep.
What's
Not the best.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
hang on, we're going to get ahead of ourselves. What's your go-to road trip break meal? And that's from Steve Norrie. Thanks, Steve.
Oh, see, I'm an idiot, right? Because if I see
good
food,
there.
we always like, we always would stop somewhere like smaller, or quite often they'd stop somewhere smaller, or like I'd have a chance to go in a corner shop on the way, and I'd be an idiot, and I'd stock up on like Milky Ways and pretzels and just like chocolate bars and crap from the fridge. Maybe a crappy meal deal like a bollocks cheese and onion or an egg cress mayo or whatever. And so when we got there, I was rarely hungry. Sometimes I'd pick up a sausage roll, but I didn't have a set thing. Like that Greg's I went to occasionally. Crap answer that.
That was a crap answer.
Yeah,
Jack,
sorry.
can you top that?
Yes, tell you what, right? Weatherby Services, obviously we're very familiar with it because it's where we used to stop. It's WCPW. Yeah, it looks like Jurassic Park. So this KFC thing's a big upgrade, certainly, but I wouldn't go there. My road trip one, which was my favourite whenever we went there, if there wasn't a big queue there, because there was quite often a big queue, is Burger King. For some reason, right, if you have a Burger King just in life, if you just have a Burger King, it kind of destroys you for a bit. You're like, oh. But for some reason on a road trip, nah, you settle back down in the car, you're like, I'm fueled up now on burger and bread. And I think Burger King's the right... makes you feel like manly and like on the road and that, doesn't it?
Go back. Don't get me wrong, I love a bloody flame grilled
Yeah,
burger.
yeah.
But you would choose Burger King over KFC.
Well, it depends on my mood, obviously, but yeah, if it was just a straight contest between the two, I prefer Burger King to KFC.
Nutter.
Wow.
Big Daddy meal.
Is that weird?
Oh, surely that's weird.
Yeah.
Big Daddy meal, right?
I feel like Burger King's better quality ingredients than that.
It's
Yeah,
you think so?
I mean,
I think it's
not-
a placebo effect. They
No.
make it like, oh, it's special.
Yeah, they
when you-
paint the lines on and it looks good.
Yeah.
But just to finish the Big Daddy thing, 'cause
Yeah.
if you've never tried one of these, I love these, and there's lots of restaurants that don't do them anymore. KFC restaurants, that is. Bun, lettuce, peppercorn sauce, tomato ketchup, big bit of chicken, hash brown, cheese, bacon, little bit more lettuce, bun, toasted ciabatta. Yes, please.
prefer a Zinger Tower, to be honest.
You can't get
Zinger
that
Tower.
in Burger King.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
Amazing. What's yours, Maffew?
Hold on to that. I can't do the Big Daddy thing. I think you just ordered it just to say the name, to be honest with you. But we went to the new Burger King that opened up because there's so many places to eat in town.
By the
Sometimes I'm
Tesco.
like, yeah.
Oh, there's a new burger.
Yeah.
Me and Connor of Grapple Arcade went there. I'm like, I'll get some meat and go see a friend. So I got my meal, and then he ordered the Angus burger one. I went, all right. And everyone else got served, and then he's still waiting for his, like 10 minutes late, and he says, like, excuse me, I'm not being funny. He was like, and the woman came up and goes, oh, sorry, and she had an accent, so I can't tell if she went, sorry, it keeps on coming out wrong, or it keeps on coming out raw.
Oh,
Either
Jesus.
option was neither what we wanted.
I mean,
So we were there like, right, like, what are they doing? And we actually had to look, like, through the hole, and you could see, like, the three of them, like hitting this oven going, we don't know what they do. I'm like, like, what are you going to get?
A burger on a grill.
Well, you couldn't see it because of just like the big steel whatever, but they were doing something to it, but it wasn't coming out properly. So she's like, I'll have something else if you want. And you're like, oh, no, it's all right. We'll just give you a bigger help. And he goes, oh, okay.
No, I'd say no, I don't want that.
Because we're there going
Leave
like...
me alone, give me my money back.
Yeah,
They
but
cocked
then...
up my order the other day as well.
But wait, no. Before it came out like that, it was wrapped. It was like the size of a baby's head. It was freaking huge. He was like, oh, all right then.
Did he have it?
He ate it.
Oh, fair.
It's going out. That's Grapple Arcade.
Grapple
Grapple clothing. Grapple.
Oh, goodness.
Grapple
great,
clothing.
Great plug. What a guy to have on your side.
Yeah, get him before he dies of
Yeah, I was going to say.
botulism.
Is he all right?
Yeah.
Botulism?
Oh.
Hey.
Botulism. I
The
had
guy's dying. It's like, oh, botulism.
I had a frozen cola from there, or I ordered a frozen Coca-Cola from there the other day. And then I got to the counter because I use the screens because I don't like any sort of interaction.
Sorry to interrupt you. We mean frozen cola.
Yeah, it's just like a slush puppy, but
Oh, I
Cola,
don't get that.
official Coca-Cola. Got to the thing to collect it. She just went, oh, the frozen Coke machine's broken, so I got you a normal one. She just gave me a normal. I paid an extra like £2 for this.
Wait.
And I'm so British and pathetic. I just went,
no.
oh, thank you.
Wait.
No ice in it.
So the freezer's broken. Oh, no, like the slush
puppy
machine, right,
is broken.
right,
You can see it.
Is that the Burger King? Oh, the milkshake. Oh, the smooth. What did it do? The McFlurry is broken.
McFlurry machine's always broken.
Oh, McDonald's.
Always.
Yeah.
And the milkshake machine.
Oh, so to answer your question, the chicken selects from McDonald's.
Oh, fair enough.
Or failing
fair,
that,
yeah.
chicken nuggets.
Okay.
Nice.
We'll go, give him quite a
I
lot
don't
of
think it
that.
is a ciabatta, by the way, the Big Daddy. Just before...
Oh,
you
please-
delete
please
your
more
comment
in
now.
depth.
No, carry on. Seeded.
Hiya, boys. I was eating cereal out of a napkin and thinking...
What?
And thinking about the time the NWO tried to kill The Rock with a truck. So my question is, what was your favourite moment of attempted murder or any criminal offence committed in wrestling? Thanks. Keep up the mediocre work. Signed, Tennyson from the Master Country, a.k.a. Hawaii.
Okay.
Before we get into the NWO thing, is that a normal thing in Hawaii?
Cheers for the
Eating
mediocre work.
cereal out of a napkin?
No, I think he did it to grab my attention or whoever was checking the...
It worked. He's
emails.
made,
Oh, it
he's
worked.
made the
Oh.
cut.
And I was going to say, I was checking them this week. I don't know if it would have grabbed Ross's attention. He normally chooses the emails, but it grabbed mine. Made me laugh. Get in.
Wait, criminal activity or attempted murder? Okay, so attempted murder.
Favourite attempted murder or criminal
I'll give you
technique.
one of each. Favourite attempted murder is Kane setting fire to the Undertaker's casket box thing. at the Royal Rumble.
That is actually
That's
a good
an
one. That's
a good one.
amazing
You've chosen an actual
visual.
good one, haven't
But
you?
no, I've got a good
one.
I've got a good one for just a criminal thing.
Don't take mine.
Is Jericho pissing in William Regal's tea?
I was never on Jericho's side for that.
Really?
Ever.
I thought it was hilarious.
It's meant to make him like, oh, cheeky baby face. What's he done? Weed in his tea. I was on Regal's side. Someone weed in my tea. I'd hit him forever.
What's the
forever.
crime there?
People
What's
are going to
the
frame
crime?
this is why we're British. Like, how
It's not
dare
because
you
we're
piss the man's
British.
tea?
So it worked. The angle worked. Totally.
I'm not saying that it's definitely a crime to make someone or to trick someone into drinking piss. But what is that crime?
Probably
poisoning?
Well, just Google it and work it out. Carry on.
Actually, that's a good
Piss by
thing. Like, if
deception?
you
Is
ring
it-
up the
is it a
police and goes,
sexual thing?
police, Jack has just urinated in my cup of tea and I've drank a bit of it. Ah! What, Jack the Jobber?
And what are you going to search here?
How did he
What
have a
are you
piss when he was
possibly gonna
wanking?
search here? Piss crime.
Is it a crime
I love that band.
Is it a crime? It's definitely a crime. You can't
to
just...
trick? I know, but then it'll tell me what kind. I know it's a crime.
Is it-
but it'll tell me
is
what
it
kind of crime.
assault?
Maybe to trick someone
how much water you got in your
into
system.
drinking urine.
yes.
I hope the mic's on this week. While you're checking that, my answer is Big Boss Man at WrestleMania 15 getting hanged
yeah.
by the Brood.
I really liked that, at the time. I thought that's terrifying. It was effective. And it's one of those things, those sort of pieces of
killed the
wrestle
man.
crap that, yeah. But I thought, oh man, that's really cool. Because even then I knew they were just characters and it was all silly and it was fake. Good bit of magic as well.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always impressed by Buried Alive. And the same thing there. Like, I know he was just like, it's clipped to a harness at the back, but he's got a bit of fake rope around him. But I like stuff like that.
Right.
Like, Bear again, buried in cement. Have I just
Yeah.
done yours?
That was mine, but it's all right. No,
bollocks,
it's fine.
sorry.
You can have mine.
Wait,
But
wait,
another lovely bit of magic.
It was good, though, because the Raw afterwards, he arrived without a scratch on him. And then someone
did.
said, oh, they said you was hung. And he went, and they was right. Go on, Jack.
You can
That's from Bling Song.
you can have that one because instead of revealing mine, which was that one,
Sorry.
it's all right. But Undertaker killed Bearer in cement for no reason because he'd already won the match.
Yeah,
For
he turned on
literally
him
no
again.
reason. and he didn't even. I don't even think it was a heel turn. I think he just did it, and everyone was going to be like, "Oh yeah, fair." Murdered him. Anyway, I've googled.
Oh, yeah,
I'm on
fair.
Yahoo Answers from several years ago. Is it illegal to trick someone into drinking your urine or semen?
Well, no. If the answer covers both at the same time, then we got a problem because they're two very
but it's all right because the answers are brilliant. Because the answer's brilliant.
It does diesel and unleaded.
A prank is mixing chocolate milk and beer and watching someone drink it. Oh. That wouldn't get you arrested. Someone's put, it's a crime on several levels, and not only could you face jail time, but you could be registered as a sexual predator.
Wow.
Not only is an extremely immature prank bracket something a 6th grader would do, but yes, you could have criminal charges as well. Someone's replied to that person, you should get charged for that ugly kid. Its face is public nuisance.
Username Y2J.
And then someone's put...
MJF was on Yahoo Answers.
Someone's put, you are mentally deficient, and they've replied, okay, virgin, lol.
So there it is. There's your answer. You virgin, lol.
if you drink some piss and you get annoyed by it, you're bloody virgin.
Yeah. In fact, virgin. 9 beep boop beep boop boop. Hello, line of duty, and they go, Jack just whizzed me tea. You lol, virgin.
You've proper virgin.
Whiz. My grandparents had 2 cats called Whiz and Slash. They never got it. They never.
Adam.
No, they didn't.
Adam, they knew.
I promise.
Whiz and Slash.
They didn't play it up when I was there. Carry on.
Well, I'm sure the 9,000th time it loses its humour.
I'll find some pictures of Whiz and Slash. I'll get my bloody mum on this podcast.
I would love to have your bloody mum on this podcast.
Oh, very good.
3. Hi guys.
She hates you.
My mum. My mum never let.
She's a Tom Campbell guy. No, I don't think she watches. I hope she doesn't.
That'd be great.
Not with some of the stuff that I've said before.
She comes in, she shakes everyone's hand apart from mine. I'm like, oh.
No. You've got heat.
Yeah. Hi guys. My mum never lets me stay up for pay-per-views, and my dad doesn't let me have Sky to watch weekly shows. So the next morning before school, I have to watch bad quality highlights on YouTube or watch the whole pay-per-view on the network. You're supposed to be doing that. Was there anything your parents wouldn't let you do when you were a child? Miles.
I wasn't allowed to make them tea anymore after I jizzed at my dad's.
Oh my God, say.
Yeah, I've got one here. It's a bit grubby. Okay, but first of all, I wasn't allowed to wrestle with Dan Smith anymore because we broke all the garden furniture, thrown each other into it.
We've all been there, yeah.
Second, I was banned from using the video player, VHS player, for like 6 months.
Why was that?
Because I was caught watching. My friend. My friend Trevor.
He's building it up.
Lent me this videotape. I was only like 13 years of age at the time. Lent me a videotape called A Lover's Guide Part 2. It was like a video version of the Kama Sutra. And my parents went out. They went up the town. So I thought, okay, now's my chance. I'm going to watch this. We only have one video player, one TV, one video player. It's the 90s. So I popped the video in, and all of a sudden, I hear the key in the door. They've forgotten something. I could have left it. I could have got away with it. Turned the TV off, sat down, pulled my trousers up. I didn't actually have the trousers down. I didn't know what I was doing. Sat down and but I pressed eject. They saw me panicking. Adam, what's that? Didn't help that the pissing VHS case was right behind me with like a couple of big pairs of tits on it or whatever. And I got banned for trying to learn.
Especially knowing how those old VHSs work. What are you doing? Nothing.
Don't know why I did the modem sound.
If I can break podcast podfabe now, I warned Adam not to tell that story. I was like, maybe don't, but he has done. He's gone ahead with it. It's all right. It's all gone.
I'm not embarrassed.
You told it way more smoothly than I thought. Yeah, you were gonna.
Pacitti can make anything sound impressive and funny.
Okay.
Slash and whiz.
Apart from that,
I can't think of a thing that my parents. I was well behaved as a child, so I can't think of anything that. No, this is really
sweeties.
Good.
Were you banned from any certain coloured sweeties?
No, I wasn't a particularly hyperactive child either.
Oh,
maybe I was quite boring as a kid.
Did you ever have your mouth washed out with soap and water?
No, I think that's a thing from years gone by, isn't it?
I never had that.
No.
Did you?
No, I had it threatened a few times.
Right.
And I always thought they meant like sit me down and squirt a load of Carex in there.
No,
right. We had hand soap. We didn't have a bar of soap.
Right, and it's that Christmas Story film, whatever, the kid gets the gun or whatever, and he actually has a bar of soap, and I saw it on TV and goes, oh, that is a thing people do. Yeah, okay.
The real punishment.
So I swore when they went around, like a sensible lad. I wasn't allowed to watch like anything 18 or 15 when I was like 13 or whatever, which wouldn't be that much of an issue, but when all your friends are there like, yeah, watch Scarface the first time, and you're like, there'd be no way me watching Scarface.
Yeah.
I'd be like Tom and Jerry's Scarface. And they were like, no, because we know what you're like. because one time you wrestled in the garden, you're influenced by what you watch. So we don't watch you watching Hellraiser and going out and killing old people or whatever. I'm like, right, yeah, I'll get some pins in my head next time. Which really annoyed me. And it really built up these films and TV and whatever so much because, like, wow, these things are just so beyond your wildest imagination, and you watch them and they're mostly just crappy films of blood and swearing.
I remember now. I remember one, like, this is, I'd probably been a wrestling fan for like a few years by this point. I knew that it wasn't real by this point, basically. So I was probably about 12, 13 maybe. And my grandparents' neighbour, Bill, was round there as well because he's like their mate, and he was just in the and he like I remember he sat me down and explained to me that it wasn't real and it wasn't something to be mimicking or whatever. My gran was really pleased that he'd done that, and she told my mum and everything. And I remember getting in the car on the way home being like, "So am I not allowed to watch?" And she was like, "Don't listen to this, it's stupid." It's like,
yes.
So, yeah, no, get in, Helen. Yeah. So I was like,
lad.
"So that's for you, Nana, Margaret." Look
Bill,
at me now, yeah. So I don't know. Yeah.
Bill's just saying that because the dirt bike kid stiffed him one time.
Turns out Bill was a wrestler. No, yeah. So that they tried. My grandparents, or specifically my grandmother, tried to stop me from watching wrestling for some reason, even though I wasn't violent with it. I didn't like start doing moves on my brother or anything. But no, my mum was like, "Don't listen, that's fine."
My mum said that she had contacted the local cinema with a photo of me, so I couldn't go and see South Park the movie uncut. It's just reminded me talking about it.
Yeah, I was going to say that was one.
And I remember reading about, I think it was Mel C taking her kids to see it and getting caught and kicked out the cinema, and I thought, good, you absolute bitch, because I wasn't allowed to see it. And then when I finally saw it, amazing, obviously.
Yeah,
and I had a T-shirt with Bear from Bo Selector, the one with the stiffy on.
Oh, yeah.
My mum found that, confiscated, hid it forever.
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 Forever, ever?
Forever.
Yeah, South Park was the big thing because again, when all your mates are like, "Oh, you saw last week's episode?" Yeah, Cartman did a thing. It's having to make it up because you weren't allowed to watch it. So yeah,
Like a bag of sand. Yes.
that was good.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's good.
Number 4. Hey, culty lads, I have a little joke for you. Why do ducks have tail feathers? To wipe their butt quack. Sydney from Florida.
Yeah, Sydney from
Thank you.
Florida said that she'd messaged in all the time and never had a question answered. Her email was actually longer than that, but I took out the question, just left the joke in. She said if you can at least
She made her voice heard anyway.
because she said if you don't want to answer the question, you can just leave the joke in.
What was the question?
I honestly can't remember.
Who's your favourite wrestler? Oh, it's Bret Hart. Go on.
Maybe Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero and EC3. There you go.
Now it's time for the segment So Good They named a candy after it in America. Reese's Pieces. Pete from Brisbane. Was it Brisbane?
Brisbane.
Brisbane. Sweet, got it right. Australia. Would you rather edition? Oh, there we go. Let's mix it up, don't we? Following is a list of scenarios, and you have to choose which you'd rather have happen to you.
I like this. Okay.
Okay, so chop or European uppercut?
Wait, is this worked or shoot? I guess shoot.
I think if Finley does it, it's the same.
Yeah.
Okay. Chop.
I've taken both and European uppercuts. It doesn't hurt. It's just more of a motion. But
Isn't it supposed to be like going up and down your head?
Yeah, Howard Drake did it in a car park. behind the venue. Yeah, he was like, "I'll show you," and he did it, and it was like quick and a bit uncomfortable, but it didn't hurt as much as a chop.
Only could a grown man take you behind a car park and give you a European uppercut. I'll take a chop.
He wouldn't
they
do
look
anything
cool.
bad. He's the John Cena of Newcastle.
Was it all about surface area? The more he connects with your body, the less.
No,
it's
it was
gonna
just
hurt.
an illusion. He just got my head right down into like his shoulder sort of area, just popped me back up. Yeah, he hit me kind of. I think he actually, instead of under the chin, he must have hit me like there or something. Yeah, it was clever.
Powerbomb or pile driver?
Oh, powerbomb, definitely.
Powerbomb.
Yeah, powerbomb. I'm sure, like, if you look at logistically, like, pile driver is much safer when done right, but the pile driver looks so much scarier.
The risk, I wouldn't want the risk. I'd rather just have a sore back the next day.
Yeah.
Figure 4 or sharpshooter?
Sharpshooter, because it doesn't actually hurt. I don't think, does it? It's one of those ones that's not meant.
Oh,
Or is
no.
that the figure 4? Oh,
No, I've had a figure 4 done to me properly, and it does hurt if you do it right. But it is like trying to set up
Sharpshooter,
IKEA furniture in the meantime.
Brett did a sharpshooter. It was Lawler, wasn't
I was
it?
gonna say,
He did
Lawler-
a legit sharpshooter to him, and it really messed Lawler up. He
Yeah,
couldn't walk
because Lawler had
afterwards.
attacked him not legitimately, but like hit him with a stick that hurt Brett
yeah.
Real at King of the Ring. So, all right, wait till SummerSlam and he...
Yeah, right. Okay, so I'd figure 4 then.
I'll go for figure 4 because you can defend yourself more. You can sit up and like.
Yeah.
If you're only on your front.
Oh, you
facing
can
away.
reverse the figure 4 by rotating. Yeah.
Yes, you can. It reverses the. Yeah, that. Slap them. Stop it.
I'll take the sharpshooter because Brett wouldn't hurt me. Apron bump or steel ramp bump?
Oh, still ramp bump.
The ramp. It's flat.
Yeah.
Well, it's tilt, but it's not The apron. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Barbed wire or thumbtack bump?
Tax.
No, I'd take the barbed wire because with the barbed wire you'd get, in theory, a cool looking scar. The thumbtacks, you have them literally just go.
Yeah, but
like
no scar, probably. I don't know, somebody's going to be in the comments saying, yeah, you definitely would. But I don't think it'd be big scars if that happened.
I feel like barbed wire, there's more chance of something going wrong. It
Yeah,
drags
like
and
tearing
it
an
like,
artery
yeah.
or something like that. Whereas, land on the... I'd quite like to take a thumbtack.
Oh my
just
God.
To see, like, if there was a reason to do it, I think I'd be up for that.
I'd take a barbed wire. I'd take the Irish whip into the ropes and explodes like FMW. That'd be my punishment video if I ever do one.
Yeah, sure.
The same,
You have to be Onita.
the same weekend that in Orlando when I won the DDT belt, met Brandy Rhodes, and she'd also won it that weekend. I think she just thought I was lying because I was like, "Oh, I won that the other day." And she was like, "Yeah, right." What did you have to do to win it? And she was like, "Oh, I took a thumbtack bump. Cody said it wouldn't hurt, but it did." I was like, "Oh." She was like, "What did you do?" I was like, "Pinned a bin." Put my foot on a bin.
Discuss the good old days and how much you earned that night. Light tubes or table on fire?
Table on fire.
You take fire over light tubes?
Yeah, I think so.
Nah, near way in hell.
I
I'll
I
take
don't want to
fire.
breathe that stuff in. That's what scares me about it. Is apparently if you breathe the
Yeah,
gas,
everyone said that, but
nobody seems to have been hurt.
yeah,
by
no
it.
one's actually done
It was
that.
a streak.
Fire
we
will
were all
get
at
you.
that deathmatch
Yeah, the
tournament,
Rise
and
thing,
none of
yeah.
us have died yet from breathing in the glass.
Yeah, but
dust
when
that
it
night.
happened, I was holding my breath, like I do if I go past a bus. And you know, if you start to smell that there's lots of petrol in the air, I always hold my breath. 'Cause I'm
fair
thinking,
enough.
oh, that's going to be dangerous. That.
Yeah,
Probably
maybe.
bollocks, isn't it?
I'd go for
Death by bus.
I'd go for. That's the worst one for me to decide, but I think I'd go for the glass as well. Just fire's scary.
Yeah.
So is glass, obviously.
The possibility of dying years later from some stuff you had from a tube dust, or death now via fire. Stiff by Vader or stiff by Hardcore Holly.
I'm assuming this is prime for each man.
Well, it won't be now. You're right.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, okay,
Christ, yeah.
Let's say
Oh,
97.
yeah. Okay.
Or 98. Hardcore Holly was on Raw then.
I think Holly.
I think Vader.
Okay.
Easier to evade, run away from, less
You've got to
moment.
evade Vader.
I think the idea is that you get the punch.
Oh, right.
Yeah, plus you can't avoid Hardcore Holly. He's got that race car.
Vader, I think, would be a kinder soul.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Maffew, what would you pick?
I think stiff by Vader because I'd die quicker. Buried by Cena or buried by The Rock
Wait, literally?
Nah, I think it just
Okay.
means like.
on the mic. I
Oh,
guess.
Cena.
The
On the
Rock.
mic.
Oh, yeah, maybe on the mic.
Ooh, yeah, Cena.
The Rock, because The Rock.
Yeah, The Rock, because there's a chance if The Rock buries me, then what he said described me will be on a T-shirt. I might get that sweet 5 cents every time one gets sold. Be trapped in a room with Enzo or Vince Russo.
Oh, God, that's tough.
Wow.
Yeah, that's difficult, that.
And I assume you have to talk to them. Yeah, just like turn your back at them.
I've got an answer.
Go on.
I'm going for Enzo because I've heard. Met a girl in Dallas when we went to WrestleMania weekend for the first time, right? And she said she'd met Enzo that weekend and he was a dick and he just didn't really want to talk to her. I'm banking on Enzo not really wanting to talk to me as a mark, as a fan. Whereas Russo, you know, he'd be like talking to that uncle you don't want to talk to. It's just like, oh, shut up, man.
He sees your wrestling
He's
T-shirt.
like, oh, hey, bro, it's all the
Bro.
work, bro. Yeah.
Eddie Bro Guerrero. You'd be like, go away, Russo.
I buried him. He was a midget. Is what he would say. I'm going to go for Enzo and just gamble on the fact that he's probably not going to think I'm cool and doesn't want to talk to me.
Yeah, I like.
Just sit there in
Who's
silence.
more of a gimmick? Like Enzo, when the camera goes on, who like
Changes
changes the
more.
most?
Quite hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're both
'Cause
very.
I'm choosing the
well,
one-
now that we do like shooting reviews and whatever, I tried watching Enzo's. Enzo's was weird because he says a lot of sense and actually has a sound head on him in terms of business, and he wasn't like any under like no delusions about I'll go to wrestling, make as much money as possible, and then leave. But the way he says it, the way he talks,
Does he know about business?
he's making money.
He knows what.
Is he?
He knows.
Is
He
he
tells
making that
me
much
he
money?
is.
He knows
Is
his. He knows his. Or at least when he was in wrestling, he
wouldn't
knew what
lie.
his strengths were. He knew he wasn't a good wrestler, but he knew he was charismatic. And
I remember in '98, Bill Gates jumping the barrier at SummerSlam to promote Windows 98. And that was very successful. And one and the same.
And
I think
Bill
I'd take
Gates
Enzo as well.
rap gig. He had that
Yeah,
night.
right.
Be
Yeah,
trapped
I'll
in a
take
room.
Enzo.
Russo.
wow.
Because at least you can talk to him about like I know obscure Raw stuff like Sean Stasiak.
Enzo doesn't know his ass from his elbow with wrestling, does he? Like wrestling history.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, yeah.
So you'd probably, yeah.
You'd have more in common with Russo.
Oh, but Russo's going to tell you a load of
yeah, he's going to just lie. Yeah,
nonsense.
and I hate.
Nonsense.
I love that we're debating this so much.
One
Like,
thing-
you had to talk to one
One
of
thing
them.
I really can't stand in social interactions when you know the person's telling you lies and just exaggerating or whatever, but you can't. You're too polite to be like,
Yeah.
no, it's not true. Because no matter how much you tell them, even if they know that you're correct, they won't admit it. And Russo's the ultimate of that for me, and I just wouldn't gel with him at all.
Okay, we'll have to move on from
Yeah,
this.
that was
And now we have the second one, Ewan Hutchinson.
There's more.
these
Non-wrestling.
non-wrestling ones.
This is the second round. And again, this is the lightning round version.
Ewan submitted some wrestling ones as well, but to get them both in, I did half of his. So.
No, that's great. Aye. Cats or dogs?
Cats.
Cats.
Dogs. The Simpsons or Futurama?
Simpsons. Peak Simpsons.
Yeah, I was going to say, come on. It's implied it's good Simpsons.
Futurama was resonated more with me as a kid. Futurama.
Simpsons. Rugby or football?
I don't really like football. I guess I was going to watch something on TV, football.
Football, but to play, I was better at rugby at school. But football.
Football, but not with Matt Glowen. Gavin and Stacey or A League of Their Own or The Late Late Show?
Oh, they're all Corden bollocks. Yeah, you know what? I didn't mind Gavin and Stacey.
Yeah, Gavin and Stacey was all right.
Didn't watch any of them.
Okay.
Cricket or tennis?
I don't care. Tennis.
Cricket.
Tennis. Xbox or PlayStation or Nintendo?
Oh, God. Like historically or current console or what? That's tough. First console I ever had was... Actually, I had an Amiga, but a proper SNES. And I've got a Switch now. I'll go Nintendo, maybe. I've got PS4 as well. Nintendo.
It's Xbox is comfortably third, but PlayStation, then Nintendo, then Xbox.
Nintendo because they put Sans from Undertale in Smash Brothers.
You said it like Joe Henry then. PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Wait, you had an Amiga?
Yeah, my dad had an Amiga. Like 5400, was it?
Yeah.
We probably had like demo discs and games all together, hundreds and hundreds.
First one I played was an Amiga.
Right.
Silly putty.
Great game.
Wow.
Clacks.
Yeah,
I
you're
love Clacks.
surprised. You never thought I'd say that.
Yeah.
though.
No, I did
Silly.
not expect to hear silly
And
pudding.
Dizzy, one of the Dizzy ones, the magic,
Yeah.
one of the Magic Dizzy or something like that. Spellbound Dizzy.
Spellbound
Dizzy.
Busy, right.
We had Viz the game. Used to love it. Billy Fart.
Yeah,
Pants.
Billy, yeah.
And go taken off. Fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, I like this. I'll just keep talk about this every week. Coca-Cola or Pepsi?
Oh man, Coca-Cola.
Yeah, Coke.
I'd say Coke. I never asked for, Amaretto and Pepsi. Baths or showers?
See, I've only got a bath in my new flat, and it's doing my head in. Showers.
Showers.
Baths. Summer Olympics or Winter Olympics?
Winter, fun.
Summer. I like the Summer Olympics.
Winter because of cool runnings. Cycling or golf?
Cycling.
To do cycling, to watch golf.
So boring.
All right.
A good walk ruined. I played mini golf yesterday.
Oh, did you go to the place in Newcastle? Is it good?
The Ghetto Golf.
Rebel Ghetto Golf.
Oh, yeah.
fantastic.
Good.
Really recommend it. Yeah.
Nice.
I've done the space one.
Yeah, apparently that's good as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, go to Ghetto Golf, and if you're watching this Ghetto Golf, send me some free golf.
Yeah, that's how it works. So pre-golf. McDonald's or Burger King? Oh, sorry, I had this.
Mackie D's.
You know what? I'm gonna go for Burger King.
McChicken selects. James Corden or Jack Whitehall? My God.
Whitehall.
Ooh.
At least he
Ooh.
knows he's a wanker.
Yeah, Jack Whitehall.
Can I be locked in a room with Enzo and Vince?
Yeah.
Russo? Big question. All right, aye.
That's the
read that bit, was I?
Oh, there was one more. Sorry, there was one
go
more. Someone called Sean, and I didn't put. I forgot to put on the thing.
Oh, go on.
Someone called Sean got my attention because they tried to trick you into saying "Icy Wiener" from Futurama. So I like that.
Hey.
So they asked who's our favorite. They had a whole list of them, but the one I liked was who's our favorite Ninja Turtle out of the four.
I don't know the difference.
Whoa!
I-
Raphael's the hothead.
Leonardo's the
my
leader.
brother liked it. Leonardo was in the red band.
No,
right?
Raphael's the
Raphael was
red.
the red.
Oh, right.
Leonardo's the blue one. He's the leader.
I can't
Michelangelo's
answer.
the Joker. Donatello's like the sciencey one.
Yeah, the nerd.
I like the rat because I like rats.
The
Okay.
rat. That's
Rat
Master
again.
Splinter
No.
to
Splinter,
you.
yeah.
Master
Splinter.
Yeah, that's your
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah. Is that the answer?
I'm a Raphael blow.
yeah, I
like
could tell
Raphael.
you're very hot-blooded.
I like Raphael.
Probably Donatello.
Xavier Woods is a huge defender of Donatello. There's an Up Up Down Down where someone, I can't remember who it is, it might be Zelina Vega or someone, goes like, ugh, don't want to be Donatello. And Xavier's like, whoa, stop. And he's like a huge Donatello guy, but I'm a Raphael guy. Who are you, Donatello?
Yeah.
Do you want to join in or you?
Just the rat.
He's
The rat.
He's
yeah,
pro
Splinter.
rat.
Right, okay, fair enough.
It's Cultaholics.
this week's big question is, what's going to be the best match at Clash of the Champions this Sunday?
Clash
you
of
can tell you're a WCW boy.
Oh, no.
Clash of the No, it's
I'm
fine,
always
we've
going to
all
say
made
Clash
that
of the
mistake.
Champions. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
As well.
Let's
Let's have a look at the card.
Candidates. Yeah, go on. Go through it and we'll make a noise. I like this game.
I like it.
We do that before. We've done this before. Don't know if you know this. Oh, you edit these.
I don't know if you know this. Charlotte. Bayley versus Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's title.
I think it's going to have a screwy finish, that one.
Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman. They call themselves the Lads.
I think it's going to have...
Versus
What's that from?
the League of Nations. But Michael Cole used to say they call themselves the Lads.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Versus Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler
Oh, it was a tag match that you were talking about.
for the WWE Raw Tag Team Championship.
That's not one I'm up. No.
No. You don't think Roode and Ziggler are going to...
I think they're going to win. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
predicted
think
that.
no.
Is this going to go out before or after my predictions?
Before. No, sorry, after.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, as you'll know from the predictions, I went for
Yeah,
Roode and
you
Ziggler.
bought
Yeah, good save. Seth Rollins versus Braun Strowman for the WWE Universal title.
It could be a really good match, but I feel like that's also going to have a weird finish to set up a rematch, or Lesnar will just come out.
I hope the tag match happens directly before that match. That would be fun. And
Yeah. My throat hurts.
Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton for the WWE title.
If it's different from because they can't, I think these two are perfectly capable of having a class match. But last time it was too slow.
Okay. Drew Gulak versus Humberto Carrillo versus Lindsay Dorado. Triple threat for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship.
come on.
That's going to be good.
It's going to be good, but they're always
gonna
good,
be
aren't they? They're always good.
harmless fluff, yeah.
Yeah, I'll get the. It's gonna be a shame. What's gonna replace the golf clap match? The New Day, Big E and Xavier Woods, obviously, versus the Revival, Dawson Wilder for the WWE
You
SmackDown
can't
Tag Team
actually be
title.
excited about that.
If it gets 10 to 15 minutes, this could be an excellent match.
Yeah, it could be.
Two of the best tag teams in the world.
No, I agree. I'm not saying that they're not really good. There's not really much story there, is there?
Yeah,
I know
there is.
They've
They're friends
taken
of-
out with Kofi and all that, but
Yeah, it's
they weren't.
residue.
Was it even really referenced on TV?
I just think it could be a good match.
Yeah,
I
it
think
could be a good
I
match. I
hope
just don't care that much.
that they're going to set up for. Do you remember that New Day Usos Hell in a Cell match? It was excellent.
Amazing. Where
I
they
hope they.
pinned him with the kendo stick.
Yes,
Yeah,
they put
class
him in
of
the.
being
They made a
corner.
literal Uso penitentiary.
Yeah, it was good that.
I hope that they do another one with the Revival.
Yeah, I take it back that there's not any story. It's just that I don't care.
Okay.
No, it's the bag of salad you get with a takeaway order. with Xavier Woods
With a
Randy Orton.
lemon in there sometimes as well.
Don't get why that is.
That's all.
Oh, this is just what this kebab needed. Nakamura versus The Miz for the WWE IC title.
No. I don't think that's
No.
going to be the best match on the show. That's your answer.
Thank you.
No. Imagine if they kill it now. Oh.
I could see it be one of those Miz gets distracted, ends in 3 seconds matches.
Oh, no, I think Miz is going to win.
Really?
Yeah. I've gone for the Miz.
Was it the 9-time?
Oh, yeah. I've gone for cool
No,
logic.
Shinsuke's just got Sammy.
Yeah, Miz
Yeah.
is
Got a
going
manager.
That'd be
Miz
silly.
is going to win. Then Nakamura's going to win it back. Then Miz is going to win it off him again. And then Nakamura's going to win it back. And then Miz will be a 10-time champion. or
Yeah,
whatever.
fair. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, whatever. I think that's going to go on the pre-show, actually, more than I think about it.
Do you think?
There's 11 matches, so I think they'll probably...
I think they
stick
might
it
have
on.
just scrapped the whole Sammy thing. Because why was he interacting with Taker and not Shin?
Because they didn't have anyone for time.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I do not know.
You could have tombstone Dana Brooke. Carry on. That would have been...
Lynch.
She'd have been safe. She'd have been right up here if you'd done that. Right, anyway.
Lynch
Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks for the
This
Yes.
is the
Women's
one.
title.
I think.
Yes.
This is the one.
Get the cat. Why do you say it for?
Cat excited. I looked
Dom
for
Jolly.
20 minutes
Oh.
for that clip the other day. Please, someone send it to me if you can find it. It's Dom Jolly doing. It was either Trigger Happy or World Shut Your Mouth, and he's in Covent Garden, and he's dressed up like a cat. And there's maybe 100 people all crowded round waiting for him to perform, and he starts going, "Get the cat excited!"
But he's the
Get-
cat.
He's the cat.
But why
Get
is
the
that?
cat excited? And everybody's clapping. They're going nuts. And then he sits down and reads the paper. And it's just the funniest thing. It's such a simple little joke, and I can't find it anywhere. I want to see it because I'm starting to think that I've made it up because I searched it in quotation marks on Google, and there weren't many results, and none of them referenced Dom Jolly. So I'm starting to think that maybe I dreamt this. Last night I dreamt that Asuka was trying to break my arm for ages.
Oh.
Carry on.
I'll worry about you. Erick Rowan versus Roman Reigns, no DQ match.
This could be
Could
good.
be fun. Could be fun.
Good.
There's that many matches. This is a non-title match.
Yeah,
But all
it's
the
the
titles are
only
defended.
non-title match.
Wow.
Yeah.
Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus Mandy Rose and Sonya
No.
Deville for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship.
No.
No.
Just a no.
I didn't mean to say it like a child.
Maffew, right.
No. No.
No.
Cultaholic magazine. An online
remember that?
wrestling magazine.
website.
That was a good season 1 Cultaholic.
Running a
joke,
website
isn't it?
called Cultaholic. Sounds like, oh, shut up, Maffew. Right, stupid.
Whatever happened to him anyway? Did
No,
he?
he left. He doesn't do the TV show anymore. He's on radio, embarrassing himself.
For how long?
I just
Cut
when
back
this
to a
all
bitch.
kicked off, and he was a fan of Pachitti's. He liked that. What Pachitti'd done with his career and that. And then I said something on Twitter, like going like, "Whoa, some Maffew Wright," and he responded and called me like a dick or something, like a dimwit.
Schooled by Maffew
No, I schooled.
You-
No. I very
No.
clearly schooled him. My reply was definitely funnier than his and got more likes. I'll have you know. And then I said like. And then he replied again like several hours later. I was like, "Is this because it's your lunch break?" And it was because it was at like midday.
Nice.
But told my mum about it. I was like, "Maffew Wright just called me a dick on Twitter," and she was like, "So proud of you," like because she hates him. She actually hates him. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
What, he said he called you a what?
He called me like a dimwit or something like that.
Nincompoop.
Oh,
Yeah,
because
like this 1950s insert book. You
didn't get-
blithering
He
buffoon.
didn't get the joke. He didn't get that I was also part of Cultaholic, so he thought I was just trying to like be a dick, which I was slightly. But I don't like him. Anyway,
You numpty. And then AJ
not Marty
Styles,
Skull.
AJ Styles versus Cedric Alexander
Calls
for
people
the
numdies.
US title.
Yeah, that could be really good.
Yeah.
Could be really good.
Yeah.
I don't think Cedric's winning, but I hope he looks really, really good in the
Looking
match.
really, really good.
Yeah,
Really
good,
jacked.
good.
really
and I
good.
think that's what this pay per view is going to be. Is good.
I think that could be the match of the night.
Could be again
the-
if it's given
the
time. No,
UFC are
Sasha.
gonna-
Really?
I
think
think
it will
I
be.
think Sasha and Becky.
So I think the crowd's just going to chant for AJ Styles rather than boo him because there's not much to Cedric at the minute.
Always been getting a bit of a push though.
Yeah, but are the crowd reacting to him much?
Well, he's Austin's mate. He's got Austin's theme music now.
Yeah, if he comes out to Steve Austin's theme, yes.
All right, let's play a game here.
Oh.
Oh, goody.
We each
a super
pick a match that we think is going to be the best. We all have to have different ones. Actually, no, we don't need to have different ones. And we guess how many stars Meltzer is going to.
I like that.
Is going to give it.
okay.
And then on next week's show, whoever wins gets a free beer courtesy of Cultaholic.
I love that you
Or
just make up
something.
stuff on the fly and it's good stuff. So wait, okay, let's have a look at the list and see who allegedly gives him news.
I've got mine. I've got my
Backstage gossip.
I've got my answer.
All right, there's a few.
I think match of the night is going to be Becky and Sasha, and I think it'll get 4.25 stars.
Oh, that was going to be exactly mine. That's going to be exactly mine. Okay, that's fine. I'll choose a different one.
Sorry.
I'm going to go for Cedric and AJ,
Go on.
and I think it's going to get 3.75.
Ooh.
I was going to say 3 stars for that, but now I'm going to hedge my bets and say he doesn't like The Miz, does he?
Oh, that's not going to do well.
Half a
That's not
star
gonna do
for Nakamura.
No, you've
Miz.
got to choose the best one.
Oh, no.
Oh, maybe you
All
don't.
right.
I don't know. Yeah, choose your best one.
Call it stars in their eyes. This segment.
Matthew Kelly was all right, wasn't he?
Oh my god.
Yeah, he got...
Oh,
you ever seen that
that's
bit where he was accused of, I think
Yes.
maybe being a diddler, and he went on to
Frank Skinner.
Frank Skinner's show? It's the best clip because Frank Skinner's like,
cold.
so you're all right, Matthew? He goes, yeah, remember when I got accused of that thing and you were in the show and you did a bunch of jokes about me?
He makes Frank Skinner squirt.
And Frank's like,
He makes him
do you
squirt.
want to say that joke again? He's like,
It's really.
Oh, I'm watching that.
Oh,
that's
it's wait.
first on my list.
That'll be a Hall of Fame pick one day, just because it's like,
Matthew
yeah,
Kelly on Frank Skinner.
Yeah.
As long
He's
as,
like,
as
I
long
heard
as
what
it
you said
never,
about
as
him.
long as it never gets
Yeah,
proven that he
yeah.
was guilty, that's fine because he defends himself, and Frank Skinner's like
That sounds fascinating.
visibly
I love
like.
Car Crash TV.
Oh.
Fantastic.
because you realise how big Matthew Kelly is as well.
Oh, he's a big boy.
Yeah.
He's about 6'7".
I don't think Frank Skinner knew
Really?
about
Oh
that.
yeah, I was watching.
Bloody hell.
I've been watching a lot of Stars in the Eyes. Okay, so your Meltzer guess is.
Oh,
Sorry for ruining your
Drew
podcast
Barrymore
this
for me.
week.
oh yeah, right.
Michael Barrymore, Drew Barrymore, Michael Barrymore, Michael Barrymore,
Oh, no.
light entertainer extraordinaire, and Sasha versus Becky 4.25 stars. The Drew Barrymore, Michael Barrymore as it's called.
Matthew.
Match of the night will be. I'm gonna go with thingy Lynch and Banks.
Yep.
You said that already, haven't you?
Yeah,
That's
but you can choose
okay.
a different star rating.
Nah,
Sorry,
go
sorry,
for
sorry.
it.
No, 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 you
This
can
is
do
stupid.
it.
I'm killing this.
Are you all right?
I'm thinking too much. It's too much choice.
It's only for a beer.
I know, but it means so
I'm
much.
just going to get a beer 52 beer from the fridge.
I'm too competitive about these
Help
things.
yourself,
It's a
there's
random
loads
game
in
you've
there.
made
Actually
up.
have one if you want.
Yeah, there's loads.
It's not. It's all right.
Reigns versus Erick Rowan.
Okay.
3.5 stars.
Okay.
Interesting.
Go on.
Optimistic.
Go on, Rowan.
Go on. Okay.
The goal is empty. Kick at the back of the net.
So mine, Sasha and Becky. Yours is
Cedric.
yes, and AJ.
AJ.
3.75. Right then.
I think you won that, by the way. And I actually think you've got that spot on.
What
a guy, he's done it. Bloody love Jack.
The match hasn't even happened yet.
Yeah, I know.
Well, Jack knows Meltzer more than us because he gets all his news from him.
Yeah.
No, Ross knows Meltzer the most.
He does all the news.
They had a little chat with him.
News.
Yeah, that was a horrible joke, wasn't it?
No, it was good. It was just old.
Yeah, I used to be the news guy. It's all right.
Tom does it on the videos. Ross does it on the website.
I'm doing it tomorrow or today at the time of recording. Actually, yeah.
Yeah. Well, this podcast is
Bit of admin at the
slowing,
end.
Yeah.
grinding to a halt.
I hope you enjoy your uni reunion.
Thank you very much.
Reunion.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, get the beers in.
Fantastic. And
Bloody well, I can't drink beer at the moment.
Okay,
On the no carb thing. Get the double
spirits
vodka
in.
diet Pepsi.
Yeah.
wonderful. And keep you away from any Big Daddy chicken sandwiches, whatever the hell that was.
Delicious. Toasted bun.
Until then, if you have any questions for us or would like to submit anything for the Hall of Fame picks, please go to
patreon.com/cultaholic.
Mailbag at cultaholic.com. How do I know this? And you've been doing this for 2 years.
No, the point is, I say it, this one
And then we
finishes
do
it.
it.
Oh, sorry.
I know it.
And if you're watching
Sometimes.
this on a lovely Friday evening and you're wondering, what am I going to do tomorrow night? And you're
Watch
based,
that Matthew Kelly clip from Frank Skinner.
and you're
Bloody
based,
hell.
and you're
Then
based,
after that,
and you're based in Newcastle upon Tyne,
Oh, yeah, North.
then head down to Riverside to North Wrestling.
yes.
It's a great night of wrestling and fun.
Yeah, more than hype. Session Moth.
Session
may or
Moth's
may
gonna
not
be
been
there.
signed
Mark
recently. I don't know.
Hoskins is going to be there.
Spike
And
Trevay, who's
Jack
a
will
lord.
be in the crowd.
I'll be in the crowd.
Buy him a little beer.
Buy me a little beer.
Jack will be in the crowd getting booed. I'll be there.
I got booed.
I'll be there
by
getting
Maffew.
booed louder.
No, I got booed by you. I appeared on the screen and Matthew's next to me going, boo!
That could have been anybody.
It was definitely, right, anyway.
I recommend that as well. If you anywhere to plug,
No, just have a really nice weekend.
I was in the same video package as Gilbert.
That's pretty bloody cool, isn't it?
yes.
Nice.
Anyway,
Yeah. Have a
On
good
that
one.
note, please remember to put your hands in the middle of the table. After 3, go for the catchphrase, which is
join
us.
That wasn't after 3.
I'm tired. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments below. You can follow Cultaholic on Twitter at Cultaholic, and you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do, you can pledge to our Patreon at patreon.com/Cultaholic. Hit subscribe, and don't forget, join us.